are required, and then a parade at 11.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. The Seahawks are world champions, winner of Super Bowl 60. 29-13 over the New England Patriots. Bump is still live in Santa Clara, where the winning head coach, a.k.a. Mike Macdonald, is going to have a press conference today. You were out there yesterday working the game. Bump, before we even get to reactions of the game, what was it like being there in the moment?
What up? It was great, man. It was fun to see it slowly happen. Like, you never thought this team was going to lose this game. Like, at no point did I think during the game that, oh, man, the Pats got something. When you came out and you saw the way that defense was playing, it was awesome. The 12s were deep. I want to say, minus corporate, probably like 65% of the crowd were 12s. Man, the 12s traveled. It was great to see the emotion. I grabbed my binoculars. I'm looking at guys on the sideline, trying to catch their emotion in the moment. It was all around good vibes.
Yeah, it was. You couldn't get a ton of shots of the crowd on the broadcast. Obviously, I watched it on TV, but I knew that, like, at a certain point, Cooper did something, Cooper Kupp, and you heard Coop audibly on TV, and I went, oh, oh my. Seahawks fans are rolling deep. So, when was this game over for you?
When was it over? The pick six. I mean, it was over before that, Stacey. When they went up, 19 at some point?
The A.J. Barner touchdown.
Yeah, it was like, all right, man. It's
Done.
because you saw the Pats. They didn't have enough. You know, there was nothing the Pats were doing to apply pressure. And just the way that this defense was getting after Drake May. Everybody was talking about Sam Darnold, right? What is he going to do? I know his numbers weren't great. He played the game he was supposed to play to win. But my question was Drake May. I'm like, he's 23. Why we keep forgetting that? He's 23 years of age. This is his first Super Bowl, just like Sam. But, nah, man, it's all about that defense.
I'm glad that you mentioned kind of like the way that these two teams were talked about heading into it. Now, the Patriots had 4 wins last year. Congratulations to them for making it to a Super Bowl, surpassing everyone's wildest expectations. They woulda, coulda, shoulda been a number 1 seed in the AFC, but had that week 1 loss to the Raiders. So everyone knows that they outperformed expectations. But even then, I found myself watching this game going, it feels like they're like, the broadcast or just kind of, critics watching this game are like waiting for Sam to make a mistake and then waiting for Drake to kind of take off, use his legs, or show some kind of special, hey, I'm an MVP runner-up moment. And then Sam Darnold finishes the postseason without throwing a single interception, the only playoff quarterback to do so. Congratulations to him.
The only Super Bowl winning team to not commit a single turnover, too, man. Like, it's crazy because the things that we worried about the most when the season started, or at some point during the season, right? Is the run game going to get going? K9 got you. Sam Darnold and his turnovers didn't turn the ball over at all. Like, the two things that were in your back of your mind when you talk about the possible failure of this team, we're solid. So it's all about peaking at the right time. And that's why you're not going to play your best football week 1. And if you do, we'll call you the Raiders. And you're not going to play your best football in week 10. You wanna always be ascending, and that's what we saw with this team, man. It was fun. It was gratifying, man. I just felt I was happy for the guys, man. They got it done.
JC and Kent, can we talk about how mad Bump would have been if a kicker would have been Super Bowl MVP? That was almost a tough look for you, Bump.
Hey, look, you saw my tweet last night, though.
I appreciate that you issued a very near apology to Jason Myers.
Yeah, I said, look, Myers is officially a football player. He not only tackled old boy, like he threw his pads in there. It wasn't no like I'm just trying to get in the way and hopefully you run out of bounds. He lowered that shoulder and threw a punch, man. I appreciate Myers for that. Did
the Patriots attack Seattle the way you thought they would? Lots of pressure early.
Yeah, for sure. When you look at the strength of this Patriots defense, it was pressure. It was blitzing. It was trying to confuse this offensive line. And I think they did a little bit of both. That's why Sam was off a bit. Sam did not have his best day. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he did. But, they were able to get after him. But also, Sam saved a lot of sacks, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been sacked about 5 or 6 more times. Yeah, that was their only hope, really, Stace, is to be aggressive and hope that Sam makes a mistake.
I'm actually glad. Before I get to the sound, I have some stuff from Mike Macdonald during the trophy celebration at the podium. There's going to be a separate trophy celebration ahead of the parade on Wednesday at Lumen Field, where you and I will be broadcasting live and people can hear part of that celebration. But Before I get to the Macdonald sound from actual post-game, I wanted to focus on that part you said about Sam saving a lot of sacks. I think that there were some people who were watching this game going, oh my God, there are so many missed opportunities. And there were. Sam overthrew JSN for what would have been like an 80-plus yard touchdown. Clear touchdown, no one ahead of you. There was a deep pass to Rashid Shaheed that could have been caught. Like, there were moments when Sam, you can just tell, maybe he's overthrowing. I don't know if it's the oblique, if it's the moment, the pressure, evading some of that pressure because they were really blitzing him. Evading some of that pressure and then putting a little too much zip on the ball, whatever it was. I texted you and I said, like, man, so many missed opportunities. And then you mentioned Sam doing things that, like, maybe a casual fan wouldn't totally see. A casual fan is going to see sub 50% completion.
Yeah. Sam, first, let me apologize to the people. I just got a text from one of my friends. She said, you can hear the exhaustion in your voice. Did you get any sleep? So I apologize for my voice, people out there, but it was a hectic night, and we were definitely celebrating. But Sam Darnold, man, it was the little things. I heard, the last like 5 games I've been sitting behind Wyman and Rabel during the game, and I've been listening to their commentary. And Dave made a great point. It was just Sam was so good with his feet. Like the little things that people might see as an incompletion or a ball thrown away. It's like it could have been a lot worse. Like there were some throws that he made, obviously that were off target, but he kept things alive, man. There's a crucial run that he had where he actually shook somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Sam played an efficient game. The game that needed to be played, that's exactly what Sam did.
Someone not on this team was talking about Sam Darnold during this game. We'll get to that in a little bit. You're not going to like it, but Sam had a teammate that came in to have his back. Let's get to Mike Macdonald during that trophy celebration, the presentation after the game. What was the key for the Seahawks defense?
It's about being connected, and when we talk about like as a 12 as one, everybody working together, they're unrelenting, and they do it every day, and our coaches do a great job of feeding that mentality, but our players really decided that that's how they want to play football. They committed to it, and I'm really happy for them that it showed up today because they deserve it.
Yeah, 12 as one really worked. Like I said, Bump, they sacked Drake May 6 times, 2 interceptions. That obviously doesn't include the fumble. They forced 8 consecutive punts from the Patriots to start the game, which ties the Super Bowl record set by the Rams. The Rams on that 9th possession against the Patriots at least got a field goal. This year's Patriots team didn't even do that. Instead of punting it, they just fumbled the ball away. I mean, this was an unbelievable defensive performance. What did you see?
Yeah, just pressure. And big ups to Spoon, man. I mean, Spoon is a little firecracker. The way that he can blitz from depth because of just his speed, he's got that twitch. He shoots to A, shoots to B, gets back there. He was pretty much the catalyst when it comes to Uchenna's interception. I just saw a front four that was relentless. I remember the first maybe a series of the game. I'm looking at how they're going to play Leo, and they're doubling them. In the first play or two, they probably got him, and then he figures it out. Then I'm looking at Murphy and the pressure he's getting. 2 sacks for 9-1 back there. And a quick story, too. I saw 2 players before they hopped on the bus. I'm going down to get breakfast, and I saw Kobe, dapped him up. I'm like, have a day. Mm-hmm. And then I saw Murph, and I was like, control this game. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the reason for Murphy doing his thing, but it was cool that I got a cooler interaction with those guys. But back to it, it's just pressure, Stace. That front four was too much. The blitzing from depth was too much, and they're making plays on the back end. Drake May has a future. You can tell he's going to be okay in this league, obviously, but this defense was just too much.
Absolutely too much. It was, again, I felt myself watching this going, you know what, maybe the schedule talk wasn't just kind of a thing to throw out there. Like, this felt very relevant. It feels very relevant that the Seahawks defense, by DVOA, by advanced metrics, is the best unit this Patriots offense has faced all season long. It very much looks like that. A couple more things to get to here, excuse me. I was thinking a lot after this game about the moment. Remember 2 years ago when Mike Macdonald first got here and there was all the hullabaloo about them moving those pictures, the Legion of Boom photos. And at first people thought they took them down. They didn't toss them in a closet. They just moved them to a separate area of the building. And the idea was, I want you to see these blank walls and feel as though we need to fill them in with our own legacy. Here we are 2 years later, Bump. It didn't take long for them to get a trophy. I mean, did you find yourself at any point reflecting last night on oh my God, look what Mike Macdonald's accomplished?
Yeah, of course. 2 years in the game. He's a young coach. he has a formula that works, and it works because the guys have bought into it, and his coaches echo, his messaging and what he believes in and his approach. This has to be rewarding for Mike. It's got to be rewarding for Schneider too, man. Moyer made a good. Was it Moyer? No, it was Rabel. I was talking to Rabel after the game yesterday, and he made a good point. He goes, "Did you notice when they were giving the Lombardi out? Like Schneider just played the background. Of course, he had his moment with the trophy, but Schneider's in the background. Like, look, it's not about me. The players are out there, the coaches are out there, but we'd be dumb if we didn't give Schneider his flowers, man, because he hired Coach Macdonald. He made the moves to let Russ go and Pete go and Gino and DK and all that stuff. Like, there's always a constant transition that's going on. But yeah, it just happened so quickly for both organizations, right? Biggest of the Patriots too. I know they lost this ball game, but both teams are ahead of schedule, and it's definitely because of leadership.
Ernest Jones said that this season would have been a failure if they lost the Super Bowl.
Man, everybody, I don't want to say we expected this because we were never cocky, but we were committed. This year was a failure if we didn't get to this point and win the game. We knew what type of team we were early on. Day in and day out, we just had to do it, and I commend these men because nobody works harder than us in the league, and we did it day in and day out.
Mump, let's talk about expectations in the final couple minutes here before we get to headline rewrites, because I don't necessarily agree with Ernest Jones. I don't think the season would have been a failure if they would have lost. I was struggling to figure out, like, what am I going to say? I didn't expect them to be here. However, by about midway through the season, it became clear the Seahawks were one of the league's best teams. And even though it took a lot of us a moment to, like, truly buy into it, I kind of get what Ernest is saying, and that, like, by the time we were here, it was clear we deserved to be here and should win.
Yeah, I think if they would have lost the Super Bowl up to this point, like where my mind is now, I would have said it's a failure because I felt like they were the better team. Right now, if we're talking weeks ago, maybe halfway through the season, no, I wouldn't say that. I would say just getting to the playoffs and making noise would be a success. But as the season progresses, you saw the changes that they made, getting better in the run game, Sam Darnold taking care of the football. That's when expectations start to change. I would say, I think most of us feel this way, that after that Rams game, it was the playoff game, the NFC Championship game. It's like, yeah, if you don't win, it would feel like a failure. It wouldn't be, but it would definitely feel like a failure because we all felt, or most of us felt, that they were better than the Patriots. So it's expectations change, man, throughout a season. I had Baltimore going to the Super Bowl this year. Look at those guys. On the other side, I had the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl once again. Look at those guys. So it's you got to take the season 1 week at a time. I know it's cliche and people are probably tired of hearing it, but that's just how it is, man, because this team, week 2, week 3, I don't think many of us thought that they would be here.
No, I definitely didn't think that they would be here. So credit to them for that. Super Bowl MVP Ken Walker, man, Bump, he made himself some money.
Yeah,
he made himself some money with this playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
What a game from him. What'd you make, by the way, of people saying the game was boring?
Man, that's football. I loved it. I honestly loved it. I loved the defensive battle to start. It was like a heavyweight fight. You're throwing jabs, trying to figure each other out. We knew that the Pats weren't just going to roll over. And I think I said during the week that it's going to take until the second half before things kind of open up a little bit. And that's exactly what happened. But no, it was a different kind of game, man. Defense ain't boring, Offensive coordinators trying to figure these out. Like Kubiak put together some drives that just ended in field goals because the Pats defense would just bow up. But there were still play actions, screens, a couple of shots down the field. There were things that I think the common fan likes to see anyway when it comes to offense with the play calling. It's just when you got in the red zone, things tighten up. This is a Super Bowl. These are two good teams. I loved it, honestly.
I totally agree. I felt the same way. And look, maybe I loved it because, the team we cover's in it. That's totally part of it. Players that we know, that we interview, that, it's hard not to root for them or in it. But I saw Richard Sherman tweet about it. He was like, look, some people might think this is boring, but this is like going to be teach tape film study for defensive coordinators all around the league. Like, if you like football and appreciate football, this is great defensive football. I mean, the Patriots defensive line nearly had sacks. They should have had more. They ended up getting to Darnold at least once. I can't remember if it was twice, but they should have had more sacks there. Christian Gonzalez had a crazy good game for them. He's the only reason this wasn't a complete blowout early. I mean, you're right. Like, this is absolutely a great defensive performance that, maybe like analysts, former players, current players appreciated a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
for
see.
sure. I loved it. And I slipped up. The Ravens and the Chiefs can't both go to the Super Bowl, Stacy. I don't know if you knew that, but
They can't. I didn't say anything.
They can't.
I was like, maybe I misheard. Because I heard Ravens, and then I heard on the other side the Chiefs,
right?
and I was like, maybe I.
Nah,
Are you alluding to upcoming realignment in the NFL? Maybe?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
when we
we
go
don't know.
bird
That's what's
teams,
happening.
because
That's
when
what's happening.
when we're in the bird division here, then they are going to face each other. So that's different. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real life.
Headline rewrites.
Must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
with Bump and Stacy.
Headline number one: after weeks of speculation, Clint Kubiak confirmed postgame that he will be the Las Vegas Raiders' new head coach. What's the real headline?
If the trend of former Seahawks going to the Raiders continues, congrats to the Seahawks on a Super Bowl 61 win and to the Raiders on next year's #1 overall pick.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like your
That
logic
checks
there.
out. It's a
Yeah.
pattern now.
It does check out. It's crazy how, he announces it like we didn't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I get it, though. He had to wait. Big us Kubiak, man. I think he called a great game. We knew it was going to be tough to start. He's off to the next chapter, man. At least he's leaving on top. And, if we lost this game, I think I would still be happy for Kubiak. But winning this game, it's like we appreciate you sending us out and on top of the mountain.
We still have a lot to discuss when it comes to looking for that new offensive coordinator hire, looking at options in-house, out-of-house, the things that you need. It's just, guys, today we got to talk about Super Bowl 60, so pin in that. Bump and I will get to it later. What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number two: the Seahawks have scheduled their Super Bowl parade for Wednesday, February 11th. What's the real headline?
Start lining up now. I would suggest, go ahead and get in line for Wednesday. It'll take a while.
I've never been more claustrophobic in my life than 2014.
Bump, I feel like we're going to have to get to the stadium at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. maybe, right? That feels right.
Probably. Now, maybe they have some traffic control. Hopefully we get a parking pass. Knowing our girl Arlene, she's going to hook us up. So, but yeah, it should be crazy. I'll tell you one thing. I ain't going out there with y'all. Y'all go ahead and have some fun, party, celebrate. I'm going to do the show, and I'm going to watch from television.
The parade is going to, so there's two events. The trophy celebration is going to be at 10 a.m. at Lumen Field. Bump and I are going to be broadcasting live. Curtis, I'm assuming we're going to be airing the speeches. So
I'm sure there will be plenty of swears.
Yeah.
Over there.
So Matt is going to be
forward to that.
hovering over the dump button routinely when it comes to the Super Bowl trophy presentation. So again, Bump and I broadcasting live, and then the parade starts. So the celebration is a ticketed event. Parade is obviously public, and I'm assuming that's where the vast majority of Seahawks fans are going to be. So keep your headphones on, tune in, Seattle Sports to hear that, and then get the party started at 11.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number three: NFL Network's Tom Pelissero says odds are increasing that Aaron Rodgers will make a return to the Steelers in 2026. What's the real headline?
Odds are also increasing on another 9-win Steelers season.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, what else are they supposed to do, though? What else do you have over there? We've tried the Mason Rudolph deal. I guess Malik Willis will be one of the most sought-after free agents out there. Will Howard's on your roster. I don't think he's ready. This is honestly probably the best bet for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know what the 2027 draft class looks like when it comes to quarterbacks, but this one ain't hot either. They got to figure something out. I don't think this is a bad move, but I also think that you don't get better.
Yeah, here I am talking about I don't have my eye on the Steelers for being a Super Bowl team in the 2026 season now. And yet, these two teams had, 60-1 odds? Both the Patriots and Seahawks to even be here in the Super Bowl, 51, 60-1. So I guess if there's a lesson to take from this, including for Seahawks fans that might have been high on your team to start the season, it's that you never really know when a team is going to turn it around. I agree with you, though. It feels easier to think a team can turn it around with a young, exciting quarterback talent than with 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers. So
Yeah. Where's
maybe
that
we still
talent?
have the
Where-
Ravens and Chiefs meeting.
Where is it?
Congrats to the person who just tuned in, who's going to be like, Stacy, you idiot.
No, that's you point the finger at me. That was bump. That was bump. That
wasn't me. That wasn't me. It's an all AFC Super Bowl. Let's see, Bump. I had a question from a listener. They said, I don't know if I'm just riding this high or what, but I feel like we're set up for the next couple years. Do you feel that way?
You got some things to do. K9, what's up? JSN got to get paid. What you gonna do with Reek? It's foundationally there are gonna be some pieces they're gonna be there. But Ernest said it the best, man. He said the worst part about this is that this team won't be back. Like, this is it. This team is gonna look different. So you gotta make some moves. But if you're gonna trust in anybody, why not trust in Schneider to do what's best for the squad?
Now, the good news is this team does have a ton of cap space. I think they had like the winningest record for teams with that much cap space. They're top 5. I don't know if they're at 5, maybe 6, but they're top 5 in cap space. Like Bump said, that's in part because you've got some decisions to make. That cap's going to go pretty quickly when you talk about extensions for JSN, a new contract for Ken Walker, things like that. But otherwise, yeah, they're set up. I was struck by Ernest, I think it was Ernest Jones, after the game Bump saying, yeah, we're trying to really soak it up because that this isn't going to be the exact same team next year, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that's the business of the NFL, man. It's you work so hard to get here. Excuse me. You get it done, and then the next day we're already talking about what's going to happen. What's this team going to look like, and what moves need to be made. But I'll tell you one thing, man. It was so fun seeing those guys enjoy themselves last night. You know what I mean? Like, they deserved this celebration. I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, if they lose this game, what's going to happen? And someone told me in 2014 they had like Snoop Dogg and Drake at the after party, and no one was having fun. So to see them at the after party doing their thing, soaking it in, these young men work extremely hard. Even Raves came out for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was good, man. It was like you saw the stress just leaving.
What time did you actually manage to get to bed? Because you had a long, long, long work day.
Oh man, I was probably asleep at like 3:30.
So we're looking at about 4 or 5 hours of sleep for you today.
Looking at like 3.5, 4 hours with a voice that's raspy. So we grinding, baby. Let's go.
This is your flu game. We believe in you, though. Me and Curtis believe in you. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. What did Mike Macdonald and Sam Darnold say to each other after last night's win? Hear it next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN!
Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
He and Jigba, he's sicker than most when he run the post.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year, rewriting the Seahawks record books with his electrifying season.
JSN has it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
And this is where you hear every second.
A 61-yard rocket to number 11.
Seattle Sports.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025. Good Dog Auto Glass.
When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The celebration continues.
We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months, or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber The Door Store. As we turn the corner on a new year and start planning for home projects and better weather, now is the time to come in and see all we have to offer. Our bargain barn is loaded with great deals with many exterior and interior options. And if you need your order quicker, now is the time of year to take advantage of our pre-hung and popular matchup service. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Want to hear what Mike Macdonald and Sam Darnold had to say to each other after their Super Bowl win? Here was the two of them mic'd up.
Sammy! You're a Super Bowl champion, brother.
Love you, Ben. Love you, man. Thanks for believing in me.
Yeah, man, I love you.
You smell like yellow Gatorade.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I'm happy for you too, man. Yeah, love you, dude. You're a Super Bowl champion. You are too. No one can take that from us. Forever, man. Love you, man. Love you, buddy.
You smell like yellow Gatorade. Congratulations to the head coach and his quarterback. Bump, I loved hearing that moment between these two because I thought it was fitting for Sam to say, hey, thanks for believing in me. I think people felt like, I don't know, this is Macdonald's defense. You're, not stuck with Sam, but like that's kind of your bridge quarterback. That's your option. And it's like, I don't know. I got the impression Macdonald really believes in him. What about you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, let's be real. He was the best option. If you're going to move on from Geno, you wanted to go there. You wasn't going to bring Russell back. You weren't going to go after Aaron Rodgers. He showed promise. He showed talent. And I wouldn't say they took a chance on him. I think that they made the best possible decision in that moment, and it ended up working out for him. But I also think that they watched the film and felt like he was going to be able to execute. So, no, that's pretty cool, man. Sam Darnold has made an interesting career or movie so far about his career. A guy who's drafted top 5, goes to the worst organization in football, fails over there, has a couple of stops, shows some promise with the Vikings, can't win the big game. The next year, get things right. It's true development. He took the scenic route, but he's here.
All right, let's go to our other favorite cut from the night. We got 5 of these to get to. This is 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan. Maybe the best line of the night. It's on NBC's pregame show.
Talk about what's so hard about facing the Seahawks, D.
Well, yeah, first of all, I mean, I know you guys want my expert opinion, but I haven't scored a touchdown on these guys last 2 times we played them, so I don't know how good that is.
I appreciated the self-deprecating humor from Kyle.
Now that's real. That's why I like him, man. He's one of the guys that you don't root for, but you ain't mad at. As long as you're not playing the Seahawks or whatnot. But that's real. I mean, because someone was gonna say it. Someone was gonna say it. Someone was yelling at their TV. Why are you talking to him? He ain't scored against the Seahawks in 2 games. You know how this goes. So it's honesty. It's self-deprecating, and I can appreciate it. I do it all the time.
Just kind of say like, well, I don't know why anyone's asking me. I haven't scored 2 touchdowns on them in a minute. Let's go to Ken Walker, your Super Bowl MVP.
It means a lot, especially my little brother and my dad. My dad, he comes out to Seattle all the time to watch games, but he never goes to the game because he don't like crowds. So this is his first NFL game, and we won a Super Bowl, so it means a lot to me, and I know you're proud of me for real. I wasn't the one that convinced them, actually. My agent convinced them to come out here. So I didn't think he would come. They ended up miking him up and everything, so he got out of his comfort zone.
That's right. It was his dad's first time ever getting to see his son play in the NFL in person.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And for him to put together that performance is awesome, man. K9, he like you said before, he made himself some money, but we knew that he needed to have a game for this scene to go according to plan. And he did. Big Ray said it last night. He threw the first punch. He was first off the bus. He threw the first punch. And he was the most explosive player on the field last night. And it was fun to kind of go back and see him in that way because it's been a while. Like his rookie season, we felt that, right? Maybe a couple plays his second year. But it was cool to see K9 kind of, meet the moment.
Prior to K9's season, or even prior to this stretch of play over the last 2 months, where were you on whether or not the Seahawks should re-sign him, and where are you right now?
I thought the Seahawks should re-sign him. I think that you see before, I guess, with the last half of the season, you know what he can do. We've seen the 60-yard runs, the 50-yard runs. Now I know it's going to be harder to re-sign him. Someone else is going to want him. They're going to give him like $9 million, 9 of them things. So we'll see how important the Seahawks think that he is. Here's the thing, too, man. I've said this about running backs and wideouts, man. We are a dime a dozen. K9 is special. I don't think that there's no other running back out there like him. But I also see a path where the Seahawks think that they can do without him because you can just get a serviceable running back. But I would do everything I can to re-sign that dude.
Ernest Jones had a great moment on ESPN's post-game coverage.
Congratulations, champ.
Thank you.
11 tackles.
Who had 11?
You, bro.
Somebody.
Come on, baby.
Somebody.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. How about that?
That sounds great.
His defense.
Sometimes you're just lost in the moment, Bump. You're lost in the game. You don't think to look at your box score until Chris Berman tells you.
Nah, you don't look at your box score. Especially linebackers. Me as a receiver, I used to keep track of my catches, though. But Ernest is on a different level, man. he just goes out there and plays. He's one of the leaders of this team. Heard about him getting guys on the sideline and rallying the troops and making sure everyone stays focused. It was they were sharp last night. You know what I hate too, Stacy, is that they got all these booty yards in the fourth quarter that mean nothing. I'm like, man, I wish it looked better in the box. If you watch the game, you get it. But yeah, I didn't like them getting those cheap yards.
I completely agree. I saw on a Patriots site posting like, oh, well, when you think about it, when you look at Drake May and Sam Darnold's nights side by side, Drake ended up with more passing yards, blah, blah, blah. They had, he had more touchdowns. He did have the 2 interceptions. And I'm like, wait a minute. He did have the 2 interceptions is pretty massive. Like, That's a very important part of the stat that you're looking at. And also, importantly, a good chunk of those yards came in the fourth quarter and both touchdowns. Like, yeah, you can't. Sam didn't have a bad night. He was part of the recipe, not the main ingredient. That's all.
He didn't have a great night either. He missed some throws, but you cannot ignore Drake. Like, during the fourth quarter, they're playing soft coverage. They're just trying to keep everything in front. They're giving you the digs. They're giving you the hitches or whatnot. I give is it Collins or Hollins? I'm sorry,
Mac Hollins.
Yeah, I give him his credit, man. My man made a couple big plays, right? That 20-something yard gain and a touchdown. Other than that, everything in the fourth that the Patriots got were almost given to them just by the soft coverage they're playing.
Curtis, how mad did it make you to see Mac Hollins get that? Because you were pretty sick and tired of his shenanigans this year.
That dude is all about chasing clout. I hate his his pregame little outfits and how he walks around with no shoes on everywhere and loves to tell people about it. Yeah, and the fact that he scored to break the shutout too. I was rooting for a shutout real hard last night. That was a gut punch last night. But look, I'm glad he's heading home with a loss. I'm glad the Seahawks are raising the Lombardi. He can go wear his little, what was it, Hannibal Lecter? Is that what he was dressed as last night?
I don't even know. He's a little eccentric, but in a way that feels like for clicks. I'm with you. I'm sure he's a nice guy, nice kid. Speaking of Mac Hollins and the losing side, here's Drake May.
Tonight, what I'd like to have back, I'd like to go back to the beginning and redo it, but no, there's so many plays that can decide and change the game. I think, what is it, 19-7 or 22-7, and you have to have the fumble or whatever, and then return it for a touchdown. There's numerous plays in the first half where I feel like I could have made a better throw or make a better decision, and really just comes down to who makes the plays and who doesn't, and they made plays tonight.
What'd you see from Drake May?
I saw the potential, that's for sure. You see what he's capable of doing when he has time. The left line of the line was not good. That's something that we were looking at going in. But I saw he looked young, and a good defense will make you look young. When Leo and Murph and Jay Reed and the edges, they'll make you look like a young quarterback, man, or any quarterback look like he wasn't comfortable because he wasn't. 6 sacks, this team probably could have had like 8 or 9 sacks on him. So I just saw a guy who was overwhelmed, and it just shows you how important it is to have a complete team because he never really was comfortable. On the back end, the guys were sticky. Defense just, they made him. When you can't fall asleep, you keep tossing and turning like you can't really get comfortable. That was Drake May last night.
I saw an argument that I'm not going to cite because I don't want to make it seem as though this person's in media, and I don't want to make it seem as though I'm poking at him too much because it's not personal. But I saw the take of, hey, the Seahawks, they played a good game, good for them, but really Drake May lost it. It was a horrible performance by him.
Stop it.
And I was just like, well, but didn't you pause to think of why Drake May had a horrible performance? Like, there's a second half to this. Drake May didn't have a bad day on 7-on-7s in camp. Drake May had a bad day against a great defense. Like, he didn't fall over 6 times. He was sacked 6 times. I thought it was a bad take to take anything away. It was a bad day from Drake May because he faced a good defense.
Yeah.
Like, those two things go hand in hand.
Both can be true. Yeah, you got to mention the other one. You can't just say, oh, bad day for Drake May.
And why do you have a bad day?
Yeah, because that D-line is something vicious because Spoon is blitzing from depth. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Washington's biggest night out for sports is almost here. The 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards. The star-studded event brings together the athletes and icons behind our favorite teams and unforgettable moments. So be part of history and cast your vote for the men's and women's sports stars of 2025, representing the best of Washington sports. You can also vote for for Sports Story of the Year. Voting is open now through February 14th, so head to seattlesports.org and make your voice heard. The winners will be announced live at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards presented by Microsoft on Friday, March 13th. Don't miss out. Vote now and be part of the celebration. Coming up next, the biggest Seahawks haters still needed to sound off last night. That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
Soak it in, Seattle.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Congratulations to your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
We got the best team. 12-1. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
And this is where the champs play. The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
We are champs, man. I know everyone is looking forward to having a long holiday weekend to unwind and celebrate. No better place than Silver Reef. Deluxe rooms, a full spa, and even enough restaurants to try something new every meal of the weekend. My favorite is the Cantina. It's authentic Mexican food passed down through generations. Pop in for lunch or for dinner. Even get a quick 9-in or rain session in at Loomis Trails Golf Course if the weather permits it. And if you're in the mood for entertainment, Netflix and Amazon Prime stars Three Sisters Comedy takes over the events that are on Saturday, February 28th. Get your tickets ahead of time for fresh, fearless, and hilarious take on life, family, identity, and everything in between that will have you laughing out loud all night. Silver Reef Casino Resort. Head north on the 5, exit 260. I love it there. You're missing out if you've never been. If you have been there, get there this weekend. Book your stay at silverreefcasino.com.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like nuclear reactor safety expert.
I disabled the backup cooling system. It was making such an annoying noise. You heard it, right? It was like,
We're on a countdown to core failure.
And you're saying we don't want that?
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Congratulations, Seattle. You are champions. Get to Dick's Sporting Goods to continue the celebration with all new official Seattle Champions gear. Seattle Champions gear will go fast, so beat the rush and come on out to your local Dick's or shop online at Dicks.com. Every celebration starts at Dick's.
Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Want your gear in time for the parade? Shop in person at Simply Seattle on First Ave. And get ready for spring training with Mariners gear and Simply Originals like the Kid Logo hoodie. Code ESPN15 at simplyseattle.com.
Hey, Hoop fans, Bump here. Don't miss out. It's your last chance this season to catch Seattle U men's basketball take on big names at Climate Pledge. Come see the Red Hawks take on St. Mary's on February 18th. Grab your tickets at goseattleu.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Heward here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
The Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions. And now Wilson, the official football of the NFL, has released the limited edition Super Bowl 60 Champions Duke Game Ball, exclusively available at BigTimeBats.com. This authentic 4-panel leather football features the Seahawks logo, bold Super Bowl champions lettering, the final score and date of the game, and the official Super Bowl 60 logo. Officially licensed, limited edition. Visit BigTimeBats.com and get the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball before they sell out.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the gigs to go big, bring him the game.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop, his quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We spent some time talking about all the love shared after the game. Now let's share much love even to the Seahawks haters. First, noted Patriots fan Bill Simmons was feeling very bullish about his team coming into the game.
I'm incredibly confident. I feel great. I love that everybody loves Seattle. I love it. I've made a lot of the cases the last couple of weeks about their defense is really good. I don't think it's great. I don't think they can overpower us. It's not one of those defenses that's going to get 10 sacks.
This is my thing about Bill Simmons. God love him. He's so good at what he does, and he, is responsible for a lot of change in sports media that allows for like more creative outlets, blah, 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 blah. Credit to him. It's not personal. However, there are so many Patriots fans and Boston fans in sports media that I swear to God, they start to forget that they're speaking from a fan place and less from an analyst perspective in that moment. First, you're not expecting 10 sacks, sure, because that's an unreal game. But on what planet could anyone look at the Seahawks season and not think that defense had a chance to obliterate the Patriots?
Yeah, this is a tricky one for me because I respect Bill Simmons.
Yeah.
But I know he ain't watching film, man. Like, you going out there and you saying this defense isn't great, you're not watching film. You can just look at the numbers and it can tell you maybe they're great, maybe they're one of the best defense in the game. So, yeah, this is a fan's perspective for sure, which I get. I'm sure I fan out sometimes and make a take or two that's slightly influenced by my allegiance to teams. But I try my best to watch the film and just give you a fair analysis. So, it's that's his squad. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I just acknowledge where it's coming from, Bill. That's all I'm saying, right? When I'm over here saying something about the Seahawks, I'm going to have to acknowledge that I cover this team, so I know this team, and I'm going to have some bias. It just happens. I don't know, man. I think it was just misguided to not be at all intimidated or worried about what that defense could do. Remember when, speaking of people maybe being misguided on this team, remember this from Chris Sims about Seattle's passing game in the week leading up to the Super Bowl?
One weakness that I do think has to get delved into here in the next 2 weeks. It can't just be Jackson Smith and Jigba in the pass game, right? There's got to be somebody else. You're crazy if you think Mike Vrabel's school of Bill Belichick is going to go into the Super Bowl with two weeks of preparation and a corner like you're talking about in Christian Gonzalez and go, we're just going to treat Jackson Smith and Jigba like he's somebody, just nobody, right? No big deal. They have to find, and this is to me where they're dropping the ball, they need to find ways to get Rashid Shaheed the ball more as a receiver.
So fast.
They don't play, right? So that's the one area I look at that they certainly can improve.
I mean, yes, sure, absolutely. We were saying that, get the ball to Rashid Shaheed on offense. Don't just count on him as a returner. But Bump, they didn't have JSN to win this one. They missed him for a chunk of time when he was evaluated for a concussion, and instead it was a Ken Walker and defense game.
Well, I'll give him this. the Patriots on paper did a good job minimizing JSN's effectiveness, right? You mentioned earlier there are 2 plays out there that one missed scramble would have been a hood call, house call, 60, 70 yards. Then there was the corner post that he ran against Christian Gonzalez, which he won that route. Just the ball was a little behind him. That would have been 30 yards. 2 catches, and he's flirting with 100 yards. So let's keep that in perspective. But the Pats did do a good job with him. But you and I know that this is a well-rounded team. Okay, you're going to take away JSN. There goes AJ. Oh, you wanna focus on AJ? Oh, there's Cooper Kupp leading the charge. There's Ken Walker running the football. It's he was kind of right, and that should be the approach. What he forgot was there are other guys on the team who can make plays.
Absolutely. Maybe the biggest sports talk hater ever, Skip Bayless, was finally forced to concede to Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, who led the National Football League in turnovers during the regular season, just won the Super Bowl. I can never, ever call him Sam Darnold again, even though he was obviously, clearly born with the haywire gene and will quickly unravel if you force him into an early mistake. But he just played all 3 playoff games, including tonight's Super Bowl, without committing a single turnover.
Imagine making part of your brand in this one that you just don't like Sam Darnold, like one of the most likable, harmless guys. He's not out here trying to convince people that he should be MVP this year and is like a top 3 quarterback. He's just here. He showed up. He's just playing this game. Calm down, Skip. Give him credit. It's not hard.
Hey, did that sound slow to you on your side?
Yes. Yeah, It's not just the connection. I know you're in Santa Clara. This is not the Wi-Fi. That's
okay.
Just Skip.
I'm like, why is he talking so slow?
It's just Skip Bayless.
What's going on? But yeah, that's part of building your resume is that you got to go through these things. There's some quarterbacks who come out and their career starts hot. Lamar, a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, and your floor is higher. When you have the start that Sam Darnold has with that organization, you start in a different place. So people are going to doubt you that way. Like I understand the Sam doubt. What I don't understand is watching him, throughout the season and not nudging in your stance a bit.
Yeah.
That's the part that bothers me.
Yeah, well, I think I'm not surprised that there are a lot of people who just don't want to be wrong. I nudged in my own Sam Darnold take. Like, I thought that Sam Darnold would be, like, maybe a lateral move from Geno, but in that, lateral in different ways. Like, I thought, well, Geno's a better passer. He's played behind this offensive line. Sam's younger and more mobile, so maybe that's the thing there. But I ended up giving Sam so much more credit than I initially did as a passer, as having a real impact on this team. And now I find myself being kind of in his corner a bit with going, hey, the Trent Dilfer comparisons are super lazy, you guys. Like, we can get a little more creative here. Or you can say, I've never quite seen anything like Sam. I'm not sure where to place him, but I don't need to put him in Trent Dilfer territory. Now that's kind of where I stand with people.
Yeah, I think that's just a result of the defense, right? It's the defense's fault for being so dang good to where people try to find a connection. And it's crazy that they're trying to, or some people are trying to compare him to Trent Dilfer when he already had a season that Trent Dilfer never sniffed in his life.
Thank you.
With the Vikings. Like, what are you talking about? It's but that's what we do. We always try to find comparisons, right? And I think that was just a lazy one because people don't watch Seattle play. Stacy, you know how many people? I guarantee there were so many people this Super Bowl first time watching them play and be like, you know what? These guys are pretty good. Yeah, no, you know what? They're in the Super Bowl. Come on now.
Plays of the game coming your way next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike Macdonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
And the Seahawks Super Bowl parade is Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
Old windows cost you money and security. Lake Washington Windows and Doors installs energy-efficient, high-security windows that lower your bills and increase protection. With leak armor installation and lifetime warranties, you're protected for life. Choose LakeWashingtonWindows.com today.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the State Liners. Country boy. At Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades. Now he and his band, the State Liners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. We now have over 500 five-star online reviews. Bradley Johnson helped me out of a very difficult situation. Their professionalism and knowledge resulted in an outcome I wouldn't have thought possible. They were steady and reassuring, taking time to explain things clearly. They never rushed me, even when I had a million questions. In the end, they found a resolution I'm grateful for. They were a pleasure to work with. I was impressed with their knowledge and skill, ultimately winning my case. 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or Google us to schedule your free private consultation. 5 stars means achieving your best possible outcome. 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cards for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your card today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it, with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
This is the power of 12 is 1, man.
KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. The Seahawks defeated the New England Patriots 29-13 to claim the second title in franchise history. Seattle's defense dominated a Patriots offense that was second in the league in scoring this year. They sacked MVP runner-up Drake May 6 times and intercepted him twice. Get ready to celebrate with your team. The Seahawks Super Bowl parade is Wednesday. That starts with a trophy celebration at 10 a.m. at Lumen. Tickets are required, and then a parade at 11.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Bump and I going over our plays of the game, so let's get to it. We're going to start with this one in the first quarter. First play of the game, 15-minute mark in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Ken Walker for 10.
Walker, the single setback, the handoff to Walker. He's going to go left. Gets a block outside, turns upfield. He's going to have a first down on the first play of the game as he goes left and is run out of bounds right in front of the Seattle bench. Good blocking out there by the Seahawks tight ends and a first down to start this game.
Bump, what'd you see from Ken early?
Hey, just getting outside. He had most of his yards on those outside runs, but I like the way he pressed the inside, then bounced it outside. A good block by Cooper Kupp to set the edge right there, too. The rest is his K9, dipping that shoulder, getting around the corner, and doing what he do.
All right, let's stay with this drive. 1st and 10 from the New England 40 at 13-25. Darnold finds Cooper Kupp for 23.
Play fake. Darnold looks. Going to throw over the top. Got a man out there. Does he catch it in bounds? Yes, he does. Out inside the 20, down near the 15. You can hear it. It's Cooper Kupp with the reception. Had a great NFC Championship game, and he starts this one off with a 22-yard catch.
I thought one of Sam's better throws of the game. What'd you see, Bump?
Yeah, he's just running across the route. You got JSN going up top, occupying a corner and a safety. And this was a confidence throw. This is one of those throws where I was like, all right, my man ain't scared. He's going to let it go. He's going to let it fly and make some of the throws that we're used to seeing. Excuse me, Cooper Kupp with just great hands as well. Way to start the game. Drive
ends up with a 33-yard field goal. Again, we kind of had a theme of some missed opportunities in this game. I'm going to move past the field goal, though. So it's 3-0. Seattle takes an early lead. New England takes over. Now we're looking at 1st and 10 from Seattle's 45 at 8:51. Defense starts making some noise. Drake May sacked by Derek Hall for a loss of 10.
May takes the shotgun snap. Now he's being chased. Now he's being dragged down. Back at the New England 45-yard line. Derek Hall gets in there for the sack, and more importantly, a loss of 10 yards. Big play by the Seattle D.
I did not have on my bingo card Derek Hall, and I mean no disrespect to him, getting the first sack of this game. He is electric. He is speedy. He's great. He had a great sophomore season last year, but I think I just entered into it, Bump, thinking, oh, it's going to be Big Cat. It's going to be, just one of the guys we've been talking about. Maybe Uchenna gets in there, but it's Derek Hall. How'd he win?
He just bull rushed him. This is why you do your bench press, kids. You put your hands on a man's chest plate, you push him back, you take him. We call this taking him to the water, right? It's when like you're bullying your big or your little brother, and you're just taking him where you want to go. That's what this looked like right here. D Hall really set the tone.
All right, so they force a punt, the first of 8 consecutive punts that they forced from the Patriots. Seattle takes over. Seattle, unfortunately, goes 3 and out and needs to punt. So now the Patriots are back at it for their second possession of the game. We are at 3rd and 15 at 4:15 left in the first quarter. Drake May sacked again. This time, it's Witherspoon.
May from the shotgun. Stevenson in the backfield now, and 3 receivers to the right side. Blitz is coming. May gets wrapped up and dropped. It's Witherspoon again. Comes off the edge. I don't think May ever saw him. And May back to his own 40-yard line. They'll actually spot it closer to the 42. But here comes the punt team on for the Patriots, a loss of 10 on the play. The Seahawks defense right now getting the best of Drake May and company.
Bump, I liked this from ESPN's Benjamin Solak, who joined us at Radio Row. He said Devin Witherspoon had 22% of his season's blitzes in the Super Bowl, and he made them count. What'd you see?
Blitzing from depth, right? The Hawks are showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. You have 5 offensive linemen. You're saying, all right, we should be good to go. So you bring that 6-1. You got Leo, who starts on the left side, wraps around to the other side, A-gap, and it creates a one-on-one with the tackle, because D-Law's outside of Spoon working on that tight end. And if you look at the way that Spoon attacked the tackle, he gets to his outside shoulder, puts his left foot in the ground, even does a little swim move as if he were a defensive lineman, and gets into the backfield, man. This is all pro type of stuff right here. This is Spoon at his best.
Let's go to the second quarter. It's going to be Seattle's first possession of the second quarter. 2nd and 10 at 14:04. Ken Walker for 30.
3 receivers on the right side, but the handoff goes to Walker. He comes left, bounces outside, breaks a tackle, turns upfield. First down, still running down the near sidelines, inside the 40, dropped at the 35. I'm looking back to see, did he step out of bounds? He did not. Jones makes the tackle. It was amazing that he stayed in bounds, but it was a heck of a run to the left side by Ken Walker III. He picks up 30, breaks tackle, stays in bounds. Seahawks right back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 46.
What's working for Walker here?
Honestly, this is A.J. Barner really sealing that edge right there. You got Sundell who snaps the football, then Grace Abel pulls outside of Charles Cross, and A.J. Barner gets that defender on the edge. But it's A.J. who kind of seals, man. He turns his shoulder, gets his rear end to the sideline, and K9 just, man, if you don't get both paws on K9, you're not going to get him down. Even if you do get both paws on him, you still might not get him down. So, again, guys is creating angles for K9, him getting outside and doing the rest.
Okay, so JSN throws incomplete, or excuse me, Darnold throws incomplete to JSN on 1st and 10, so now we're back at 2nd and 10, 13:34 this time. Ken Walker again nearly does it again, 39 yards. This one's 29 yards.
Sam under center now. Walker stays in the backfield. Motion across the formation is Saubert. Handoff straight ahead goes to Walker. He finds a gap, 40, 35, cuts outside 30, 25, far sideline, knocked out of bounds by Gonzalez. Ken Walker III. 2 big explosive runs in this drive. Gonzalez knocks him out of bounds. Sidelines as he runs off the right tackle, picks up 29.
I thought this is where Ken Walker's MVP case started to continue to build. It didn't end up with a touchdown, and that means it didn't end up with a Ken Walker touchdown, unfortunately. But you added 59 yards to this drive. Like, you put them in field goal territory and led to those 3 points.
Yeah, and this is beautiful. This is just zone football at its best, right? If you really want zone to hit, you have to take care of the second level. Those are those linebackers. So you got 3 guys on the second level for the Patriots. Let's go from left to right. You got A.J. Barner, again, getting to his guy on the second level. You got Zabel getting to the Mike linebacker. And give 75 some love. He's had a hard season. There's been ups and downs and smiles and frowns. But Anthony Bradford gets to his guy. You got bodies on bodies. And then K9 just reads it, hits it, knees up. Good run.
One of my favorite plays of the game. Who is this? Seahawks have playmakers you haven't even heard of. Now, Seahawks fans know about Riley Mills, but I think there was a huge chunk of the national audience bump that had no idea who he was until this play right here. We're looking at 2nd and 7 from New England's 38 at 10:44 in the second quarter.
Drake May on 2nd down looks. Drake May gets wrapped up by Mills. Mills takes his defender, pushes him into the backfield, and oh, by the way, grabs the quarterback on the way to the ground for a sack. The 3rd sack of the game by the Seahawks defense. Riley Mills, who just come into his own late in the season after recovering from injury, the rookie out of Notre Dame.
The young Riley Mills with grown man strength. What'd you see?
Yeah, exactly that. I'm one-on-one with this guard, and I'm going to take him to the water as well. This is a grown man sack right here. He sacks Drake May while still engaged with the tackle. I mean, Riley Mills, I think he left the game with a little injury. I think he pulled his hammy trying to chase Drake May. But this right here, his first sack of his career, what a better spot to do it, man. There's no other spot to do it, or better spot, I should say. This is grown man strength. Nothing too analytical about this one.
All right, I'm going to skip to this one. We are in the 3rd quarter, and we're going to go to 2nd and 8 from Seattle's 11. First and 10 from Seattle's 27 at 12:37. Darnold finds JSN for 16 yards.
From his own 27, first and 10. Walker empties out wide to the right side, a slot left. That's where Sam looks. Blitz is coming. Slant route caught. It's JSN, his second catch of the game, and it's another first down. That time, the Patriots decided to bring the house. Single coverage on number 11, I don't think so. A 16-yard gain.
I confused myself because you have back-to-back 16-yard gains here, which is a good thing. This ends up being a field goal drive, but 16 to Rashid Shaheed, and then Bump, what'd you see on this one, 16 to JSN?
We used to call this combination red. So you got two receivers to the left of Sam Darnold. The guy in the slot's going to run a flat, and you have a slant right behind him. You catch him in cover 3, so that flat, you're going towards the sideline. You take the flat defender with you, and then you're essentially one-on-one with a cover 3 corner who's just trying to get depth. So you get a nice little rub. You're on time. Probably one of the easier concepts to have success with when you're facing cover 3.
All right, we're looking at 12 and 11. Darnold having a tough time getting it done passing. I know he just had back-to-back completions there to pick up now his second first down, but this was a tough day from some sticky defenders, so Darnold scrambles. 12-11 in the third quarter, picks up 11 with his legs.
First and 10 at the 43 of Seattle. Darnold wants to throw again. Looks, look out, makes one man miss. Now he's going to scramble right side. Got some blocking, turns upfield, cuts inside midfield, down to the 45. Sam Darnold with a first down run. A couple of times he passed that up in the first half. This time he runs to the right side, and Spillane finally tracks him down, but not before. He picks up 11 and a first.
Look, May is mobile. Lots of talk about Drake May's mobility, and maybe not nearly enough about how Sam can scoot. He can scoot a little bit. What'd you see?
Yeah, Sam got a little scooter in him. He gets pressure off his left side, sticky coverage on the back end. Nobody's really open. He thinks about going to his left. Good decision to pull that thing and just go, man. He said he played linebacker when he was in high school at some point, so we know that he's an athlete. He's no Josh Allen or whatnot, but this is what we wanted to see more of, or at least take the opportunities. There are a couple times before this where I felt like he could have ran the football, but he didn't. So this is the responsible Sam is what I call this play.
This is one of the better Seattle drives. It's really a shame it didn't end with a touchdown. We're looking at 2nd and 7 at 10:47 in the third quarter. Darnold finds Ken Walker for 20.
Sam from the shotgun looks, dumps it off near side on a flare pass. Walker breaks a tackle. 35-30, down the right side, 25, run out of bounds. Clint Kubiak is opening up the playbook, and he is going sideline to sideline. Different players each time. That's the third explosive play of this drive. Here in the second half, a 20-yard gain by Ken Walker.
Clint sure is opening up the playbook. What'd you see here?
I like that you put Jason in the backfield with Ken Walker. The last time he was in the backfield, he runs a corner route against the Rams and scores a touchdown. So what does Kubiak do? I'm going to show you the same situation. It's second and long. Jason's in the backfield. I'm going to release him the same way that I did. Now I'm going to fake it to him and throw the screen to the right side. So this is all timing, man. If you don't time this up perfectly, you don't get a big play like this. But a lot of this has to do with the acknowledgement of JSN and just the timing of the big boys getting out in front of Ken Walker on the screen.
Let's talk about some more big boys. This from the defensive line and the outside backers. Shout out to Derek Hall again, who gets involved here. We're looking at 3rd and 6 from New England's 44-yard line. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. May is sacked for a loss of 7 by Hall, and that's not all that happens.
3rd down and 5. Stevenson in the backfield now with a wide slot to the left side. May steps up in the pocket. He gets hit. Ball is on the ground. Seahawks fall on it. Murphy. Seahawks have it. Byron Murphy comes up with the football as May is hit. Murphy and the defense run all the way to the far end zone, which has the Seahawks logo. Seahawks get the ball in Patriots field, end of the field, and let's see. That's Derek Hall with the sack.
I don't know. I think Murphy maybe did listen to you, Bump, when you saw him before the game. I think he clocked in.
Yeah, Murph, I mean, at one point, we were talking about 3 guys who could have gotten MVP for this game. D. Hall being one of these guys. On this particular play, he's lined up on the left side against the right tackle, takes the tackle outside, puts his left foot in the ground, gets him off balance, just drives him back to Drake May, gets his hands on him, and then 91 gets a gift. Nice little recovery.
All right, I got to go speed around here. Let's do 3 more. We're in the fourth quarter now for all of these, obviously. 1st and 10, New England's 16-yard line. Thanks to that fumble, Seattle already in the red zone. 13-29, Darnold finds Barner.
Alani in the backfield now. Play fake to him. Sam stops, looks, throws, got a man wide open. Touchdown, Seahawks! It is A.J. Barner. He could not wait to get out of that hotel. Talked to him yesterday. He said, I got to go hit somebody. A.J., how about catching a touchdown, too? He does from 16 out, his 4th. A.J. Barner on a perfect pass. Darnold, we have seen him throw that before. Everybody comes to the left side. Barner leaks out into the right side. 4 catches, 54 yards now, and a touchdown.
Barner got himself open here. How'd he do it?
Oh, man, this is the run, the power of the run. He motions him from left to right. Looks like he's going to lead him through the C gap to kind of get on that second level. Backers bite down. Corner runs with the go. He's butt naked on a Super Bowl Sunday.
Keeping it moving. New England has the ball a couple drives later at 8:49. They're looking at 2nd and 3 around midfield. New England 44-yard line. Drake May, deep pass intended for Williams, intercepted by Love.
May from the shotgun. 2nd down and 3. Steps up in the pocket, gonna let one fly down the seam, and it's intercepted. Coming back near side, 40, 45, midfield, Julian Love, 40, steps out of bounds. On the near sideline in front of the Patriots bench, Julian Love is right where he's supposed to be at free safety. And he picks the ball off, but that is the 2nd takeaway of the game. Couldn't come at a better time for Seattle and the Hawks inside of Patriots territory.
Kyle Shanahan called Julian Love one of the smartest safeties in the game. What'd Julian do so well here? Be in the right place.
His job, get deep, cover middle of the field.
Know
I mean,
how to
this
catch
was
a ball.
This was a gift, honestly.
Yeah.
You got the post coming over there. He just stays on top, and Drake May throws a horrible football. Not to take away what Julian Love did. He still had to be where he's supposed to be and make the catch. But nothing too smart about this one, Stacy. Just doing your job.
All right, last one here. We are going to 4:37 remaining. It's going to be Chenna with a 45-yard return touchdown.
1st and 10 at the Seattle 44. Here comes the blitz. May hit as he tries to throw. Ball comes out. Going the other way with it. Turning upfield. It's Chenna Nwosu. And he scores. Touchdown, Seahawks. The Seahawks defense, they have done it again. Drake May tried to throw. He gets hammered. Nwosu comes up with the ball, and he takes that ball the distance into the end zone from about the 45-yard line. So it's going to be a terrific return. The arm was hit as he was trying to throw, and it was Witherspoon one more time with the score 28-7. The Seahawks on top, and now they can taste it. In the stands, the 12s, they are having a ball.
Dagger, nail, meat, coffin. What happened here?
Yeah, this is a good design. You got Leo, who's going to get some attention. They double team Leo. Leo slants, so he takes 2 guys with him. That leaves Ernest Jones one-on-one with the running back. And now you're shooting the same gap with Spoon. Spoon gets to the quarterback. It's just a simple numbers game. Not enough guys to block there. And Uchenna getting to the football, he gets a gift, really just drops it in his hands, and he goes to the house.
And the Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down bump. What does Ken Walker do better than most running backs in the NFL?
Man, Ken Walker is so good when it comes to running outside. He had 114 yards on 21 carries, running to the outside, 4 explosive runs of 10 or more yards. He contributed into the passing game. He just, as the season progressed, he understood how to get the defense to bite, how to bait them. Right, when you want to bounce that thing outside, you take a couple of steps towards the inside gaps, the A's and the B's. That condenses the linebackers. It gets better angles for your guards to get to that second level, your backside tackle, and then you bounce it out. The rhythm is just good, man. He's understanding the defense has to react to anything that he does, and he understands that, and we saw a lot of it.
Second down. Let's talk Sam Darnold. How should we view Sam Darnold now?
This is a question that I was asked yesterday and having random conversations with people. And I think that he has entered the chat as one of the better quarterbacks in this game. Like, that's the bare minimum you can give him at this point. You don't have to crown him and say he's elite. You don't have to crown him and say he's a top 5. But he's in the top third, or maybe even top, at least top third. Like, some of the throws that he made were incredible. That first one to Cooper Kupp was awesome. His poise in the pocket, he looked good. He didn't have a great game, but you get to that fourth quarter, he's like 5 for 8 for 50 or 60 yards, and he's clutch. So I'm just I'm proud of Sam. I'm happy for him. He is one of the better quarterbacks in this game. And put some respect on his name. Let's go, Sam.
Hey, as a reminder for you guys, I know that it was Ken Walker who won Super Bowl MVP, deservedly so after a great performance, 135 on the ground. But coming up at 1, we are taking your calls. Who's your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your Super Bowl game ball? That number is going to be 866-979-3776. First time taking calls after the Seahawks become world champions. I hope that energy is high. All right, here we go. Third down, Third down. What did George Halani mess up?
So what's one of the best celebrations in the game, Stacy?
Right now for Seattle?
Yes.
I think A.J. Barner is a pretty cool one.
A.J. Barner, right? First, A.J. scores. He hits him with a Millie Rock to start. If you don't know what the Millie Rock is, look it up. And then he gets into his celebration, and Halani bumps him and jacks it all up. I'm like, come on, Halani. This is what the people want to see. You just messed up. He could have made like a couple mil off of that. Somebody at Pepsi would have saw that or something and been like, you know what? I like this kid. Let's work something out. I get it. Halani's excited. I'm excited too. But I was so disappointed that I didn't get to see what I wanted to see.
It's so great. It looks like coming up like an escalator. It's a great celebration. Barn stomp. Fourth down. All right, well, I'm guessing it wasn't the barn stomp, but what's the best thing you saw at the after party?
After party was crazy. There was a few thousand people in there for sure. Ludacris comes on. I'm feeling it. I'm like, oh, Luda's killing it. He's killing it. T-Pain comes on and takes it to a whole nother level. That's how I know I'm old. And T-Pain was talking about, man, I'm 41. I'm old. And I'm like, dang, I feel you, T-Pain. I feel you. But there was a person who was that guy at the party last night. I don't know who this guy was.
Okay. Man.
He strips down to his underwear.
No.
Underwear.
Underpants?
And is dancing. Curtis just showed me the dang video.
We have video.
Wait.
It's crazy.
I can't let
This is the Seahawks after party?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is someone connected.
Yes. It's nothing but family and employees in there, man. And he stripped down to his chonies and was doing his thing.
We have to find out who this was.
Oh, man. I feel so bad for that guy because he's that guy. He's that guy.
No, it wasn't a player, obviously.
No, it wasn't a player.
It wasn't a player.
If it was a player, I would say no.
It wasn't a player. It wasn't giving player. It was giving.
The only player that has ever looked like him is probably Sebastian Janikowski.
Okay, that helps us. That helps inform the people a little bit of what we were looking at here. All right, still to come, we're going to talk about John Schneider's legacy after a second Super Bowl win. Bump, I'm glad you mentioned him earlier, kind of being on stage, a little more quiet, subdued in the background, fully just supporting guys, pushing them up to the front. You saw him at the very end, kind of put the Lombardi back into the little like holster thing that it's in and not really make the moment about himself. But that doesn't mean that we can't take 10 minutes to talk about John Schneider and what he's done for this team. Before we get to that, though, we are an hour and a half into the show, and we haven't talked about the two most important Super Bowl topics. That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike Macdonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
And the Seahawks Super Bowl parade is Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with people come first.
After years of wear and tear, Joe had osteoarthritis in his wrists and shoulders.
I've pretty much worked out my whole life. I actually decided I'm going to train for a half Ironman triathlon.
The pain was interfering with every part of his life.
Basically, can't sleep, causing those kind of problems, very limited movement.
Joe had surgery, but it wasn't the fix he was looking for.
The doctor told me, he's like, hey, this is just going to be a partial fix. You're going to eventually need joint replacement.
That's when he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
And they're just getting better. I can basically do full motion. I don't have really any pain.
What kinds of things are you able to do now that you weren't before?
I like to golf, and it definitely has made my golf game not as painful. And sleeping. I'm sleeping better because I don't have that aching at night going on and having to roll over.
So, are you recommending this to others?
Oh, everybody I talk to. Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
The celebration continues.
We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing. Whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. We'll take total care of you. First, come browse all the beautiful settings in our cases. Take your time and try on as many as you want. You'll know when you put your ring on. Your heart will skip a beat. Now, onto your center stone. We can look at different diamond shapes and sizes until we find the perfect match. Come visit us in store, because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
It is The Timeline on Bump and Stacy. Let's take a look around the world of sports, but of course we're starting with the Super Bowl. We are at 11:30 in our show. We are 90 minutes into the show. We haven't talked about the halftime show. We haven't talked about commercials. Bump, what did you make of Bad Bunny's halftime performance?
So I was doing the halftime show, and I was trying to position myself so I could watch and host at the same time. So for what I could see, it seemed cool, man. I heard 130 million people viewed or something like that, or at some point viewed. I thought it was cool, man. I see a lot of people complaining about it too, but you know how many times I've watched a halftime show that just wasn't for me and didn't even bat an eye? I'm like, all right, well, that ain't for me. You know, that's for little Bobby's dad. It's fine, you know. But people just need to chill, man. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But you know, he is a 6-time Grammy Award winner.
Yeah, just won another.
He's been in the game for a while. So for what I saw, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really cool. I was most blown away by the set design and production quality of it. It was, so when we were at the Super Bowl Media Week, Radio Row, they had this giant Bad Bunny promo that you and I would see every single day, and everyone in media would see every single day when you came in, because it was right at the entrance to Radio Row. Yeah. It was very colorful, and it looked like a commercial. And I thought that they, in a really cool way, made that happen on stage, which is very difficult to do. And I thought that was very cool. So yeah, I thought the production quality was just absolutely amazing. I didn't understand a word of it. I don't speak Spanish, but it was popping. I was a big fan, nodding along. And yeah, I just thought, I loved the celebrity cameos. Jessica Alba, shout out to my childhood. Jessica Alba was up there. Pedro Pascal, Cardi B. Ronald Acuna Jr. was up there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, it was cool, man. And I totally agree with you in general on, there have been so many Super Bowl shows where I was like, I don't listen to this band, but okay, I guess I'll go walk my dog. Like, it's just, if it's not for you, it's not for you. And I don't know why anyone ever gets upset ever when a Super Bowl just doesn't cater to your viewing.
Man, I remember there was after Justin Timberlake ripped the shirt off of Janet, man, they went straight, 1980s. They went even before The Who was there. I don't listen to The Who, but I also wasn't crying about it. You know, it's just,
I just got some more food.
Everyone has their genre. And I like that they're mixing it up, okay? But we'll see what they do next year. And it's not Goodell. Everyone's blaming Goodell. That's Jay-Z. Jay-Z hires the halftime talent.
All right, what was the best commercial from the game? This is, Curtis said that he felt that the best was actually one that aired after the game. It was Nike's brand new commercial. They obviously had to know the winner for it, so they were congratulating the Seahawks. Will give you chills. They got Marshawn Lynch to narrate it.
I ain't even gonna hold you. Bitter really is an acquired taste. That's how you know it's not for everybody. But the real ones know where that flavor is. When you get to the bottom of that mug, when there ain't nothing left but that grit, that's where you really appreciate that grind. Because nothing tastes as good as getting your leg back. It tastes good, don't it?
I thought that was great. Bitter tastes
good. Oh, it was
good.
awesome.
I didn't see it live, obviously, because I was at the stadium, but I did peep it afterwards. I liked it. This is the first Super Bowl in my whole lifetime that I did not see the commercials, and that's one disadvantage of being at the Super Bowl. So I'll have to lean on you guys for this one.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by many commercials. I thought that the Bud Light one with the little eagle, the little bird becoming an eagle, was cute because it was a baby animal.
They had a Dunkin' Donuts one too, where they brought in
Dunkin' has some
every
good ones.
90s star.
Yeah, those were probably the two that I'm thinking of.
There's the Guy Fieri one.
The Guy one was
Bosch
funny.
Power Tools.
Yeah. Just turning into Guy Fieri. Now I'm Guy. I didn't feel like it was like a stellar year for Super Bowl commercials. Like there wasn't one where I immediately texted friends and went, "What did I just watch?" What was like the bird, monkey, baby, weird one from years and years and years ago? There wasn't that moment. So
no, there were a couple of like crypto ones that were weird. I mean, it's crypto. So
yeah,
it is
I was going to
weird.
say kind of self-explanatory. So I think I'm with Curtis on this one. I thought the best commercial might have been that one from Nike that they could only air after the game because they had to know that the Seahawks won. Next up, a few days after JSN had his name butchered by Drewski at the NFL Honors Award Show, JSN spoke post-game last night about what his name means to him.
Jackson Smith and Jake, but put respect on it, you heard me? You know, Sierra Leone, Salone. You know, my grandfather came to the United States in the 70s, had to work for everything that he had. You know, brought a lot of people over here, brought a lot of family over here, and he was a leader and, you know, took pride in who he was and what he had to give back to. And I represent him, I represent my family, I represent Sierra Leone, Bo, Freetown. You know, it's an honor just to even say that. I appreciate you asking that question. It's an honor to say that up here in front of y'all, and I take great pride in it.
I thought that I was glad that he was asked the question. I know there were some people bumped that were like, who cares? Drewski's just making a joke. You're making it too serious. And it's like, it's whatever JSN feels about it. It doesn't really matter what we feel about it.
Yeah, my stance has changed a little bit, right? I thought that Drewski should have said his name correctly, but I also felt that we knew Drewski was going to do something stupid like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, honestly, I told you that I sat and I met, I don't know if I told you, maybe I did. I met with Jason's mom and just sat down and talked to her, right? I ran into her in a lobby somewhere. I didn't even know it was her, and we just started talking. And the pride that she has, you know, in that name, and that's her, you know, I think it's her ex-husband, that's his name, and her son made me not like that even more. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, to me, I understand it's jokes, he's being funny, and it's not my name. So I was like, that's dumb, but I wasn't as upset about it as I am now after talking to his mom. Like, it got real. You know what I mean? Like, after you speak to someone who's connected to that situation and you get their opinion on it, it'll change it a bit. So, yeah, man, don't mess with people's names. I knew he was gonna try to do something silly like that. I knew what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
Just off the name alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew what he was gonna do. But I love that Jackson stood up for that, and big ups to Jackson's mom, man. She's a great lady.
I agree with you in that, like, I think that what people do sometimes is, like, when a joke doesn't land, instead of being like, my bad, and just moving on, it becomes this kind of like, oh, you can't take humor. And it's like, you know, not every joke has to be funny for everyone. Like, people are perfectly allowed to say, I didn't think that was too funny. And it doesn't mean they're too sensitive. It just means they didn't think the joke was that funny, and here's why. And I don't know why people get so reactive to that. Like, why is anyone getting so defensive about someone not finding the joke funny?
Yeah.
JSN isn't even making a big deal out of it.
You know what? Jokes are like halftime shows. They're not all for you.
They're not all
okay?
for everyone, and it's okay for someone to like or dislike it and just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Ken Walker and Sam Darnold continued one of the great Super Bowl traditions, announcing they're going to Disneyland.
Upon a star makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker III. You and the Seattle Seahawks had just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next?
We're going to Disneyland!
They're going to Disneyland, Bump.
Such a great American tradition. Announcing you're going to
like
Disneyland.
I'm little.
And this is real. So I remember in the 90s, one of the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowls, I went to Disneyland the next day with my dad and saw Emmitt Smith. Like, they really go.
Yeah.
they don't just say, they really be there.
They really go there.
They be outside for real.
Yeah, we were talking with Kevin Nagandi on Radio Row, and he was like, no, we're hosting that show live from Disneyland on Monday with whoever ends up winning this one. He did pick Seattle, by the way. Oh, someone else mentioned there were a couple other commercials. Sabrina Carpenter, Curtis, and the Pringles one I thought was pretty good, too. This person said they liked that one. I was like, yes. That one I thought was kind of clever. It was cute. Let's see. Oh, someone said, Stinky, is it okay if a 3-year-old makes a name joke? I'll allow it. I'll allow that one from Willa. Last one here, in a clip that went viral, Nick Manwari's mom stole the show. So this was from Friday night when asked about the magnitude of seeing her son play in the Super Bowl. If you guys didn't see this one, it was, Curtis, do you remember what this was on with?
It was a local news channel,
Thank
I think,
you.
in California.
Okay, so here we go.
Just what are you expecting to go over there to San Francisco to watch this game, to watch your son?
To be honest with you, I don't know. Everybody keep asking me, do you know what you are going for? I said, Super Bowl. They said, do you know how many people died to go to Super Bowl? I'm like, how? I don't know. I have opportunity to go there. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is something big that I don't know. It's big. I don't know what I'm expecting. All I'm going there is to shout, yay, Super Bowl, touchdown, we win. That's it.
I loved his mom.
It's so pure. You know what I mean? Like, it's so innocent, honest at the same time. She's like, look, I just go to support my baby, okay? If he's playing in a Super Bowl, I'm going to the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to root him on. I love that.
I absolutely loved it. All right, we're going to talk about John Schneider's legacy after a second Super Bowl win. What impressed you most about the way that John has built this team? That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN!
Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
Jigba, you know, he's sicker than most when he run the post.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year, rewriting the Seahawks record books with his electrifying season.
JSN has it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
And this is where you hear every second.
A 61-yard rocket to number 11.
Seattle Sports.
Do you have a car sitting around collecting dust? Well, turn that car into cash at Wayscar Ford in Auburn with their vehicle profit sharing program. Here's what makes it different than anywhere else. Not only will they purchase your vehicle today and pay you right up front, but it gets even better because once they resell your old car, they share 50% of their profit with you. I caught up with my friend Mark Clymer from Wayscar Ford in Auburn. He said customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for their car up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is that when Mark and his team resell that vehicle, their customer is getting 50% of the profit. That 50% has now amounted to over $1 million shared with customers. It's going so well because less and less people are comfortable trying to sell their car themselves. Wayscar Ford offers a way to get a lot more money for your car without having to go through all the hassle and potential scams of trying to sell it yourself. It's only at Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn, wayscarford.com.
It's the Super Smart Top Special at Olympic. Save on a new hot top and get a free Smart Top cover worth $3,700. Super Smart Top Special savings will make you feel, well, super. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. The Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions. And now Wilson, the official football of the NFL, has released the limited edition Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball, exclusively available at BigTimeBats.com. This authentic 4-panel leather football features the Seahawks logo, bold Super Bowl champions lettering, the final score and date of the game, and the official Super Bowl 60 logo. Officially licensed, limited edition. Visit BigTimeBats.com and get the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball before they sell out.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Washington's biggest night out for sports is almost here, the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards. This star-studded event brings together the athletes and icons behind our favorite teams and unforgettable moments. Be part of history and cast your vote for the men's and women's sports stars of 2025, representing the best of Washington sports. Voting is open now through Valentine's Day. Head to seattlesports.org and make your voice heard. Winners announced live at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards presented by Microsoft on Friday, March 13th. We are going to get to callers at 1 p.m. You have lots of time to think of your answer, but who gets your Super Bowl game ball? We thought we'd keep it kind of simple. I worried that if we said, Bump, like, who's your Super Bowl MVP, we'd get everyone saying Ken Walker because he had one of the best stat lines from the night. So I thought game ball would make it a little more open to, like, I want to acknowledge that this guy right here had a real impact on the game, in my opinion, right, as an answer.
Well, game ball is MVP, you know? Like, yeah. But, yeah, K9 obviously deserves all the love and praise that he's getting.
Yeah.
He was the catalyst with his offense, allowed Sam to not have to have a big game for sure. But mine is going to Spoon, man. I mean, he was sorry, man. I can go 3 different directions with this, honestly, right? So I'll do this. MVP is Ken Walker. My game ball goes to Spoon because of the pressure that he created. And then not my unsung hero, but my honorable mention would be D. Hall in the night that he had getting after the quarterback. either way you slice it, man, it's really about this defense. And like in run game, it's kind of like defense, right? Because you keep the clock moving, you keep the ball out of the ops' hands. It's a high percentage play, so they go hand in hand. If you play good defense and you can run the football, you have a high chance to win ball game.
All right, taking your calls at 1. That number is going to be 866-979-3776. What caught my eye coming up in less than 15 minutes right now? John Schneider, after the game, talked about when he realized he had a special team.
I love their team in training camp. I really did. And watching Sam interact with our new with Clint Kubiak and our new offensive staff, watching the way he just assimilated so fast. And so I was really excited because we liked our defense. Our defense finished strong, and so I was just real excited about, how fast that stuff came along with the offensive staff, and then probably the Rams game that in Seattle, the resilience, Sam's resilience and then the team's resilience that night too. So I think at that point I was like,
My question is,
pretty cool.
Voice is gone. Bump, what impresses you most about John Schneider's ability to rebuild this team from what was back-to-back Super Bowl rosters in 2013 and 14 and what is now, with a completely different head coach, different team, different coaching staff, another Super Bowl winning roster?
Well, he's the only GM to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different head coaches. So that tells you a couple things. 1, he knows how to pick head coaches. And 2, he's been able to adjust. He understands what creates a successful team and did it in 2 different ways. I know that we can look back and say, okay, both of these Super Bowl winning teams relied on their defense, but the defense just looked different. It wasn't the same like it was in 2013 and 2014. So his decision-making has been on point, but also shows that he's learned from his mistakes because he wasn't hitting all the time. There's some times where guys didn't work out, and most guys won't work out the way that you hope in the NFL. That's just the nature of the league. But no, it shows a real understanding of how to get the type of personnel your head coach needs to have success. So it's impressive.
I think doing so without slipping. Like, at no point did the Seahawks do what the Patriots did, and the Patriots didn't do it on purpose. But at no point did this team benefit from having a top 3 pick. And outside of trading Russell Wilson, they had number 5, but you had to make a sacrifice to do that. There was a risk inherent to trading your franchise quarterback. And at the time, Schneider was pretty panned for it. Not by every single person, but people saw it as a mistake. I think I remember hearing Brandon Beane, who's GM for the Buffalo Bills. There was a report that he went up to Jamar Chase and said something about, like, sure wish we would have a pick high enough to get you. Like, you're so talented. And I know that there are GMs around the league who oversee franchises that are mostly very successful or at least stable and probably lament not having that number 1 pick. How are you going to get Nick Bosa at number 2 overall when you're winning 9 or 10 games every single year? So what impresses me most is being able to create a team that is sincerely loaded with talent, not just like, oh, we out-schemed people, like loaded with talent, and did it without tanking at any point.
Yeah, that's the hard part to do, right? Look at the Steelers. They're stuck, and they just made a move with hiring Mike McCarthy that I think is just going to keep them there. And they're looking at a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers and saying, all right, we got to roll with this. It's so hard to improve your team when you're not a horrible team. That means that your development has to be on point. You need some late-round picks to hit. It means that your trades need to be on point. You need to find the right guys for the right price to fill your roster. And I think one of the main things, too, is that I think it was either Mike Macdonald said it or John Schneider mentioned it, is that they changed the way that they viewed their football team. It was no longer just a 53-man roster. They literally looked at 70, because practice squad guys can get lost in the mix. I was a practice squad guy. There are some guys on practice squad that I didn't understand how they're even in the league, because they weren't up to par. So, yeah, it's a change in philosophy. And 206 pointed out that John did not pick Pete Carroll. Facts. John definitely supported Pete Carroll and helped build that roster, though. So he still won 2 Super Bowls with 2 different head coaches. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's fun to hear the comments from John and him opening up about his process and how he changed a bit. and hearing just the love that he has for his head coach.
Bump, you were at this Super Bowl in person in Santa Clara, and we want to know the things that caught your eye and mine during the game. That's coming your way next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
Soak it in, Seattle.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Congratulations to your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
We got the best team. 12 is 1. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
And this is where the champs play. The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Dino was suffering from a rotator cuff tear in his right shoulder.
Part of the pain is like taking off my shirt. I couldn't even really button my pants. I could actually qualify for a shoulder replacement if I wanted to go that route.
He chose to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I heard the commercials for Dr. Wagner. I did my research. I thought about surgery, but the recovery time was so long, I didn't want to have to be in a sling. I want to be able to retire in a few months, get back to bike riding and playing golf without any pain in my shoulder.
Dino knew from experience that stem cell therapy works. Dr. Wagner had already helped him recover from osteoarthritis in his thumb, but he's not done yet.
And now 2 years later, I'm having an issue with my left shoulder, so I've got it scheduled, and I'm going to go back to see Dr. Wagner again because it was so successful.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Roger. Roger, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
Over the last several years, my homeowner's insurance policies just kept on going up and up and up. For years, it was $1,100. Last year, it was $2,500. And this year, $5,000. That's what got me to call First Mark Insurance.
Were they able to save you any money?
Absolutely. Within a couple of days, came up with a proposal that blew my socks off. It was an amazing amount of reduction in cost.
Did they improve your coverage while saving you all that money?
They did both. The coverage is better and the cost is substantially less. It's half as much as I was paying last year. Recommend First Mark to anyone who is looking to get better coverage at less cost.
Well, Roger did it, my family did it, and you got to do it, and it's totally free. Take the First Mark Challenge and see how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. First Mark Insurance. They work for you.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody.
Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
This is the power of 12 is 1, man.
KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. They defeated the New England Patriots 29-13 to claim the second title in franchise history. Seattle's defense dominated a Patriots offense that was second in the league in scoring this year and sacked MVP runner-up Drake May 6 times, plus intercepted them twice. Ken Walker was your Super Bowl MVP with 135 yards on 27 carries. And now, get ready to celebrate with your team. The Seahawks Super Bowl parade is Wednesday. That starts with a trophy celebration at 10 a.m. Tickets are required, and then a parade at 11 a.m.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. The things that caught our eye from this one. Now, Bump, you were live in Santa Clara, so maybe you saw a couple things down on the sideline, interactions with players, things from the stat sheet that stood out afterwards, but let's go ahead and get to it. What do you got for us first, and what caught your eye?
What caught mis ojos? Hey, when the military do that flyby, you feel real American, I tell you that much, man. Man, them jets flew over that stadium. I was like, let's go. What we doing? What does my country need from me right now? That's how I felt in that moment. And I knew it was coming, so I'm looking up. I'm like, where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it? And I couldn't tell you what jets they were. I knew the formation was tight. I knew that it was loud, and that was pretty cool. It was the first, obviously, Super Bowl flyby I've ever seen. But, yeah, it does something to you if you can see one of those.
Yeah, there was a shot from the broadcast itself. Obviously, you're watching in person, so you didn't see it, but it was phenomenal. Like, pans perfectly from the singer to above to the jets flying overhead. Curtis, did you see this? And then turning back around and then get back down to the singer. I was like, this is cinematography. At this point, it's art. I feel like I'm in a commercial for, like, America. Let's go. Let's ride. No, very, very cool. All right, my turn. I'm going to go really boring on this one, and I'm just going to go with a couple of the offensive stats, and I do that because I have a question for you. If you look at the box score, at the stats we're used to watching when we talk about efficiency, third down conversion percentage, etc., you're not super encouraged. 25% on third downs, far worse than their season average. And worse than the Patriots, who were 6 of 15. A lot of that happening in the fourth quarter, though. 1 of 4 in the red zone, which is also not very good. Just if you look at the numbers, it looks like a bad day for the offense. I would say, though, Bump, that it felt frustrating more than it did totally defeating. Like, it was a game where they had a lot of moments get away from them that if they played 10 times, they could have had. Like, if they played this game again, and it's a slightly better day for the offense, this is a complete blowout. You know what I mean? Like, there were touchdowns left out there, 2 to JSN that could have been touchdowns to JSN. One very obvious one when he had no one ahead of them and was overthrown, and then another where he was an option that wasn't targeted in the red zone. But some of the offensive numbers left a lot to be desired unless you watched the game.
Yeah, it was like they were moving the rock, right? But you get into the red zone and something would stall out. You would miss a throw here. The DBs will make a throw. Hey, Gonzalez played a heck of a game, by the way.
Did.
I mean, my man, granted now, there was a pass to Jason that was a little behind, but he still made that play. There was a play to Rashid Shaheed over the top. He still made that play. He played better than I thought he was going to play. So big ups to Gonzalez. But the field gets small down there. You know, it does. And when you're playing against a defense, which is a good defense, good defensive line, the secondary is sticky. It gets tough down there. So, you got to tip your cap to the Patriots. The Hawks didn't execute. They're 1 for 4 in the red zone, and the Pats did.
All right, what caught your eye?
What caught mis ojos? I got to go with the old man Cooper Kupp, man. Old man Cooper Kupp leading the team with 6 catches for 61 yards. Now, it is on 12 targets, but you know what? It was just hard out there. And the guy who had been there before made some plays. And there were a couple throws that were off a bit. Sam Darnold, like I said, didn't have his day. But I thought it was cool, man, for guys like Cooper Kupp. The Rams says, you're not good enough. We're going to move on. We got Puka. Guys like D-Law, where the Cowboys were like, you know what? Actually, we're good on you too. You're old. Guy like Ernest Jones, who the Rams didn't want to resign. It's just looking at the older dudes. Leo, who got the heck out of the East Coast of New York and came here. It's cool to see these guys have a second or sometimes third chance in this league because they realize how hard it is to get here. So I love Leo's remarks after the game talking about the journey and his life and how we got to this point. It's really cool for the vets because they understand it. Like, these rookies think they know. Like, imagine a rookie, I'm Arroyo, I'm like, yeah, we're going Super Bowl every year. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
This is how it is, right?
Yeah, for sure. So we'll be here next year? Nah, these vets understand it. So I think that was cool just to see the veterans' perspective and the youngsters too. I love Spoon and all those guys.
All right, next up, what caught my eye? I wanted to talk about the battle in the trenches. Going into this game, we said that one matchup that would decide the game would be those great interior defensive tackles. Those great defensive tackles for the Patriots, Christian Barmore and Milton Williams, against the interior of Seattle's offensive line. I think we focused a lot on Anthony Bradford, but you could include, obviously, all 3 interior guys. Bradford got beat more than a few times, and you did not always see the sack totals for Sam. Now, this was actually something you were noticing, where Sam was saving the Seahawks from registering a lot of sacks, and you were giving him credit for that. But this Seahawks won a Super Bowl. I'm not going to complain about a single thing today, but I do wonder if this team will look to upgrade the interior of that offensive line, look to add some competition at right guard for Bradford, because this could have gone.
Hey,
this could have gone a different direction.
I'm not going to complain about anything today, but if I was going to complain.
It did catch my eye. If I were to complain today, I would say, a couple matchups lost there in the trenches for Seattle, but you just didn't quite see it as obviously.
Will Campbell was drafted, what? Was he a first-round draft
he had a
pick?
bad game, too.
Yeah, so, it's going to happen. Things like that are going to happen. They will definitely be looking to upgrade. I think, obviously, that's the name of the game for John Schneider. How do I get better at any position? And it's no secret. All year, you've been kind of looking at that position and thinking to yourself, all right, this must be as good as it gets on this roster because no one has been able to beat out Anthony Bradford. But I also want to point out on one of those K9 runs, a 29-yarder, I believe, he did his job. When he's good, he is good. When he struggles, he does struggle. I would assume that they're going to be shopping around looking for a guy to at least compete with Anthony Bradford. But they like something about him because they could never find someone to replace him.
All right, what's next?
Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What caught mis ojos? Stacy made it home without me, and I was so proud of her. We spent a week in San Francisco.
Thank you.
And I was worried about her. I'm like, hey, call me when you land. Let me know if you have any questions. 9 o'clock rolls around. I still didn't get a call from her. And I'm like, is she okay? I called. She didn't answer, of course, because Stacy don't answer the phone.
That's true.
So then she texted me back. It was like, hey, I'm getting in the Uber. Everything's good. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm just happy that Stacy made it home. I was legit worried about you. I'm like, is she going to make it? Is she going to be okay?
So for anyone who's wondering, I'd never flown by myself ever in my entire life. Have I flown? Yes, many times. My mom works for the airport. But when I was a kid, it was always like, you fly with your family somewhere. In college, you fly with friends. Like, I had never gone to the airport and gotten on a plane and had to navigate the airport by myself ever in my life. Am I ashamed of that? No. No, I am not. I'm an adventurer and I embrace the opportunity. Did I get lost? So here's where I messed myself up. When I was leaving the airplane, I got off the airplane and I was thinking like, well, how do I get to like the street? Like, where do I go now? I'm just used to blindly following people. So I just started walking to where you come in, and then I'm on the other side of security going, well, I can't go back through here. What am I supposed to do? I didn't check a bag. Do I go to baggage claim? That's what got me. It turns out that yes, that's where you exit. That's where you leave the airport. So I put two and two together, and then I got into.
Did you figure out the Uber?
I figured it out. I got into the Uber probably an hour after landing. That's an exaggeration. 40 minutes after landing.
What were you doing? Just walking around?
Walking around. I just was like, I'm looking for a sign that says Uber or drive away here. Like, where's the sign? How do I get out of here? How do I get out? Man. It was overwhelming. There's a lot going on in the airport, but I figured it out. Next up. What caught my eye was Michael Dixon landing those punts, downing those punts inside the 5. Not once, but twice. That was massive in this game. Once again, we're talking about special teams. It doesn't matter if Rashid Shaheed didn't return a kick to the house, and make us all go, oh my God, what a signing, which he was. But it was a reminder of why you have the most money, more than any other team, invested in those special teams contracts. Your punter is the richest punter for that reason. Made it pay off in this one.
Especially that punt late, man. I thought it was blocked at first. He kept it low and kind of knuckleballed that thing and got it inside the 10. He can just manipulate the football in ways I haven't seen a punter do as consistently. You know how we look at Pat Mahomes with his different launch angles and stuff with his throw? That's the same thing with Michael Dixon. Like, he has ways. He can shoot it up and drop it down quickly. He can float it up there and let it live. He can knuckleball it and drive it. He's the highest paid for a reason, man.
All right, what caught your eye?
What's caught my eye, man? It was, I say this, just the play calling of Kubiak in the second half. Because I felt like in the second half, he came out that first drive, and we saw a little bit of everything, right? I saw a screen, obviously saw the run. JSN had a reception. I think that drive only led to a field goal, but you put together 10 plays, 69 yards, and you mix it up a bit. And that's something that we've seen almost every second half when it comes to the Hawks, right? You get a 16-yard pass to Rashid, another 16-yard pass to Njigba, 11-yard run by Sam on a scramble, a 20-yard pass to Ken Walker, a couple incompletions, and you kick the field goal. But it felt like he saw something and said, all right, yeah, I understand how to move this football down the field. And it's so important you come out that second half and you put points on the board. The Hawks are, I think 10-0, someone said, 12-0 when they score first. I like the way that Kubiak, his last hoorah, last time with the squad, found a way to get creative with that first drive in the second half.
Did you like the play calling overall? I saw some people complaining about it, but I saw that as more... I didn't know if there were play calling issues so much as like Christian Gonzalez had a great game. The Patriots were blitzing over 50% of the time at first to start this game. Like, I just saw it as this defense is playing well and Sam's missing some of his opportunities. I didn't see it as like massive play calling issues, but what did you see?
No, I didn't see that at all. I saw, some miscommunication.
Yeah.
Some missed throws, some plays made by the defense. I know we've been harping on just what we thought about this Patriots team and how their schedule was soft, but they still got some dudes over there, man. Like, this was not going to be a walk in the park. I knew they would win this ball game, but I also felt that this defense was going to make plays. So no, I had no issues with it, man. I think that the one gripe I had was that I felt like if you were going to give K9 a rest, do it on an obvious passing down. There were times where Halani got in, even though Halani made one of the jukes of the game.
He did.
Snatch them ankles. I felt like there were a couple times where I would have flipped their roles a little bit.
Okay, last one quickly here. I'm cheating because it wasn't what caught my eye in the game. It was what caught my eye afterward on social. It was from ESPN Insights. The Seahawks trailed in the postseason, like across all games, by a total of 1 minute and 35 seconds.
That's crazy.
They said that is the 5th lowest time trailing by a Super Bowl champion. The other 4 teams did not trail. The Cowboys did not. No, yes, other 4 teams did not trail at all in their respective postseasons. So, of the teams that at any point trailed in games, the Seahawks trailed for the least amount of time. 1 minute and 35 seconds over 3 games.
When was that?
Rams? Would it have been against the Rams? Because they got out ahead against the 49ers, didn't trail. Got out ahead against the Patriots. I just forget at what point in the Rams game they were trailing, but it was the Rams.
Yeah, it'd have to be the Rams. No, that's impressive, man. That shows consistency, right? It shows that these guys are just execute, man. They play this so hard, man. And play calling does help, obviously. But these guys got to go and execute and just keep a level head about themselves, which I can appreciate.
Someone said, Stacy, it's called ground transportation. I know what it's called. I didn't see the sign. There was no sign. Well, and I thought, here's what else I thought. I thought, well, what if this thing that's taking you to arrivals, what if that's only for people that are getting picked up by families and loved ones, like out front? Where's the Uber people? Where are the Uber people going? That's where I was confused.
Okay. Well,
I know I didn't need to provide an explanation.
Hey, you did it. Okay, that's all that matters.
Let's focus on that. Let's focus on that part of it. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, after weeks of speculation, Clint Kubiak confirmed post-game last night that he will become the Raiders' new head coach. What's the real headline?
If the trend of former Seahawks going to the Raiders continues, then congrats to the Seahawks on a Super Bowl 61 win and to the Raiders on next year's #1 overall pick. Hang the banner also.
Hang him. I'm happy for Clint Kubiak, man. I think he deserves everything that he's earned. I know you look at that last name, and you can easily just fall into he's a Nepo baby. Yes, he did get some opportunities because of that, but he's earned this, man. He's been around this game for a long time. He put together a good game plan last night. He kept Sam Darnold in a good place mentally and physically. The run game was looking good. But it's going to be a challenge over there, man. Different kind of challenge. I just hope they're patient with him. I don't expect him to get it right and fix it all in 1 year. Give him a couple.
I do think that having back-to-back coaches fired in 1-year stints, like firing one head coach just makes it seem like, hey, we went in the wrong direction. We got to find someone else. If you fire a second new head coach after 1 year, well, now it's a you problem. Fool me, can't get fooled again, is how you start looking over there. So I think that just in the hopes of not looking like a horribly run franchise, the Raiders are going to let Kubiak get at least year 2.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the Seahawks have scheduled their Super Bowl parade for Wednesday, February 11th. The parade starts at 11 a.m. What's the real headline?
Start lining up now. Get out there.
Get out.
Get in line.
Camp out.
Do
you remember how cold the last Super Bowl parade was? It was so cold out there. I don't even think it reached 32 degrees that day. I mean, you still existed in Seattle.
I existed in Seattle. It was very freezing, but I don't have
Didn't you say you had like dress shoes on?
No, I would.
That wasn't you?
I would never wear dress shoes to a parade.
Somebody I know said that they were working and showed them in dress shoes and their feet were just done.
Here's the thing. As a woman, I only have so much empathy before I'm like, okay, but have you guys at 21 years old in the dead of winter walked from a parking garage back to your dorm in a skirt and a tank top because you thought that there wouldn't be a coat check and no one brings a coat anyway? You haven't suffered like women have.
That's your fault.
No, it's 21-year-old me's fault.
That's your fault.
It's 21-year-old me's fault.
It was, I think it only got to like 26, 27 degrees that day.
I still remember that night.
That was gross.
To this day. Just
Halloween in Pullman was ridiculous.
Like how
girl,
cool it was?
I know you're trying to be cute, but go ahead and put some New Balances on and get to the frat party safely, please.
That's not what a young version of yourself tells yourself. You go, well, no, it doesn't go with my outfit. So stupid. But yeah, I mean, I guess Super Bowl was probably that cold, I would imagine, but Curtis, you weren't out
No,
there in
you
a
don't have to
miniskirt.
imagine. It was cold that day.
Okay.
Headline rewrites.
Headline 3, Tom Pelissero says odds are increasing that Aaron Rodgers makes a return to the Steelers in 2026. What's the real headline?
Odds are also increasing on another 9-win Steelers season.
Yeah, Steelers are stuck, man. You ever see people when they're paddling a kayak or a canoe and they just go in circles? Like that's what it feels like the Steelers organization is right now. But what else are they supposed to do? You're not going to get Mendoza. I don't think you can move up to get Mendoza. The draft class isn't great. Maybe you still draft a quarterback later and you get lucky. But this is their safest bet. Mike McCarthy knows Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers knows the system. It's not going to be pretty. You're going to be 500 or slightly above, and you'll rinse and repeat and see what the draft class looks like in 2027.
What if you guys had to pick a team that, much like this year's Seahawks and 49ers, did not make the playoffs, but you see as the likeliest of teams that didn't make the playoffs to get back to a Super Bowl? I will allow you to include teams that didn't make the playoffs with injured quarterbacks like...
Chiefs.
I know.
Easy. You want me to go somewhere else?
Yeah, if you want to. I thought it was a fair answer to say the Chiefs, though. They didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I said it. I go, they're gonna trade for A.J. Brown. Mahomes is gonna be fine. Bieniemy is back. They're gonna be just fine over there. I would say, I want to say the Lions. The Lions are gonna get back in that thing.
Okay, Curtis, what about you?
I'll say Ravens. They didn't make the playoffs last year. They still have Lamar Jackson. Brand new head coach, so maybe they don't necessarily make a run to the Super Bowl, but I think they could very much be back in the playoff hunt.
No one's taking the Titans, huh? Wow. Not a lot of belief. Not a lot of belief on this team. ESPN did their power rankings, way too early power rankings heading into the 2026 season. Coming in at number 1, the Seattle Seahawks. No surprise. They had the Patriots at number 2. And I'm surprised they did not have the Rams at number 2.
NFL Fox had the Broncos at 1, the Rams at 2, the Seahawks at 3. And I'm trying to justify it. I think maybe it's because of they know they have to pay some guys, so maybe everyone's not coming back. But how do you not have Seattle at 1? You know what I mean? Like, foundation is set. So ESPN, you got it right.
Well, I think some people just want clicks. They want clicks. They want to say, hey, our power rankings, posted immediately after the Super Bowl. Oh, hey, our power rankings, the Super Bowl champions aren't one, because they know that people are going to retweet it and engage and comment. Like, it's all just the sham to try to get engagement and clicks. And it's not actual reporting or opinion that I actually believe in. Like, I don't think anyone who makes that list and has the Seahawks at 3 or 4 genuinely believes that.
I think there are people out there who genuinely do. I just think that their reasoning is all jacked up.
Like, they just don't think that you can, like, what would be their reasoning be?
They're still like, I don't believe in Sam. The defense is going to decline. You're not going to have K9. Like, I've heard arguments for it. I don't agree with it. I think that the Hawks should come in at 1, but I just think their reasoning is all jacked up.
Yeah, and I feel like if anything, Sam proved you don't have to believe in him. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? It's like if Sam were to throw 49 touchdowns this year and the defense wasn't as good as they were, I could see people going, well, I just feel like there's going to be some regression for Sam, and so I don't believe that he can carry this team in the same way. Sam had a fine season. He had a perfectly fine season. There was a redemptive arc to it. But, like, what about what the Seahawks did, if they stay healthy, doesn't feel like a formula that they can replicate next year, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. I think they can replicate it, but, you got some decisions to make. Got some big decisions to make.
Yeah. Let's see. We have people making fun of me for getting lost in the airport. One time, it was late. I did not sleep a lot while we were covering from Radio Row. There's a lot to do.
Hey, Radio Row was fun, though. You have fun, Stacy?
I thought it was overwhelming. I was very grateful. I felt grateful, but I didn't have, like, fun.
What? Those interviews, man. We had some good interviews.
The interviews were phenomenal. The interviews were my favorite part. It was intimidating. I don't know. I thought it was intimidating. Like, it was an environment where there are a lot of big names and a lot of people that are like sharky and I just felt, if I can speak frankly, I felt very out of my element there. But the interviews themselves were the best. It was so cool to talk about this team being in the Super Bowl, and you're sitting across from Tony Gonzalez and Kurt Warner and asking them, like, what do you think about the Seahawks? And they're genuinely interested and can't wait to talk about that team. You know what I mean? Like, that was cool. And then asking, like, Brian Billick, like, hey, when did you believe in your team? And saying that it took Trent Dilfer coming up to him going, hey, don't worry about it, coach. We just need a field goal to win. Like, he was challenging himself in the moment. Or when you were talking about Devin Hester and Devin Hester was calling out Pac-Man Jones. Like, those were genuine moments where I was like, this is cool.
So you did have fun.
No. Yeah. I had fun.
Just admit it. You did your thing, too.
Coming up at 1, who is your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your game ball? That number is going to be 866-979-3776. Before we get to it, how about some more history made by the 2025 Seahawks? That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. Come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s.
And the party begins. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
Soak it in.
They lived up to the dark side today. It's going to go down in the history books.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber The Door Store. As we turn the corner on a new year and start planning for home projects and better weather, now is the time to come in and see all we have to offer. Our bargain barn is loaded with great deals with many exterior and interior options. And if you need your order quicker, now is the time of year to take advantage of our pre-hung and popular matchup service. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
The Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions. And now Wilson, the official football of the NFL, has released the limited edition Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball, exclusively available at BigTimeBats.com. This authentic 4-panel leather football features the Seahawks logo, bold Super Bowl champions lettering, the final score and date of the game, and the official Super Bowl 60 logo. Officially licensed, limited edition. Visit BigTimeBats.com and get the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball before they sell out.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Ewart here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Does your yard need shade, privacy, or a little brightening up? Look no further than Big Trees. I'm Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. At our 30-acre location, there are thousands of trees to choose from and knowledgeable staff, including a board-certified master arborist, to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Visit the nursery and learn more about Big Trees at bigtreesupply.com.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions. 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
The celebration continues
We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other.
on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
How about some more history made by the 2025 Seattle Seahawks? They became the first #1 seed to beat 3 teams with more than 12 wins on their way to a Super Bowl win, Bump.
That's what they do. Line them up, knock them down. I would love to be in a group chat or just go out with Spoon and just hear the crap that he's talking, man. Like, he's got to be just running his chops, man. But it's earned. Everything this team did this year was earned. No one thought they're going to be Super Bowl champions. Mm-hmm. Hardly anyone thought they would compete in the division. People didn't believe in Sam Darnold. Man, I'm talking my talk if I'm new.
I think it also speaks to how dominant the wild card race was in the NFC, because they're part of the reason that they became the first #1 seed to do that is that the #1 seed quite obviously hosts the lowest seed. And while it could have been the Packers or another team, one of the lowest seeds remaining was still the 49ers.
Yeah.
With 12 wins, which is pretty impressive. Well, speaking of the NFC West, let's keep it moving here. The Rams are still reeling from their NFC title game loss to Seattle. Jared Verse, in fact, said that their defense fell victim to what he thought was a sense of entitlement.
It was just me being completely blatantly honest. I think it was a young mindset. I think it was my fault on the defense. I think it was a couple of our, secondary, a couple of I feel like our linebackers were 100% locked in. But I think it was our fault as a defense because we're a younger defense. We have a lot of young dudes. We felt like we earned everything. We felt like, oh yeah, we got this sealed. Like, all right, boom, we beat, the Panthers. Boom, we beat Chicago. We're like, all right, Seattle next. And we all hyped up all week. We like, yeah, we're going to beat them again. We know what we learned from last time. And then when we start having trouble, early on, they throw a big play. Everybody's kind of like, everybody's like, oh, what do we do now? Like, this isn't going the way we thought it was going to go. They're not laying down. And when that happened, everybody kind of started freaking out.
Your reaction, Bump.
That's really vulnerable and honest, man. And for him to be aware of that, to recognize that and call himself and his team out is scary, because they're going to go to camp and he's going to remember this moment. He's going to talk to his dude. He's going to lead his troops, and they're going to come back better than ever and ready to go, man. Very mature of Verse to put that out there.
I thought so too. And for anyone who is, hey, why were they, feeling themselves like that? Bump, this, that's how you have to be. That's how any athlete has to be going into a game. Like, I guarantee you, every single Patriots player entering into this game, it does not matter if they were 5-point dogs. Every single player went into this game going, oh, we're going to beat Seattle.
Yeah.
We beat the Broncos defense. We beat the Texans defense. We're going to beat Seattle. How tough could they be? That's kind of what you have to think.
Yeah, you have to. But you also have to prepare for it. I don't know what preparation is like. They're professionals. I'm sure they're not going out there and BSing, but it's more that mental.
Would the NFL ever consider expansion? Roger Goodell answered that question with Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Well, you can think of expansion as the number of teams, or you can think of expansion as us playing in international markets and reaching in different areas and expanding our international series. I think as far as teams are concerned, I think at some point, if our international growth continues the way it is, I can see international growth on an international basis and in some of these markets, which there undoubtedly, even today, I think there are cities out there that could support an NFL team. And we're at the early stages. So, I don't take international expansion off the table. I think it's very possible.
A long-winded way to say, no, we're not going to create expanded U.S. cities and give them teams. We're going to continue to get more international games going. And if those games take off, maybe we have an international team.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've been working on that for years now, right?
Yeah.
Where are we going? London, Madrid, Brazil, Melbourne, Munich. I mean, they're bouncing around. They're setting it up, and they're testing the waters. And I think that's cool. The hard thing, obviously, is going to be the travel. But you could send teams over for a couple of weeks at a time. You know, they can bounce around, stay at hotels, and then go back to wherever they're. Mexico as well. No, I like it, man. Honestly, I told you a couple of years ago I went to Germany, and the fans there, they know the game, and they want a team.
A few updates from Adam Schefter on today's Pat McAfee show. First, on who some coaches are that Clint Kubiak might take with him from Seattle staff to Vegas.
They have on their staff a quarterbacks coach by the name of Andrew Giannakko. And I think Andrew Giannakko is going to be an offensive coordinator, whether that's with Clint Kubiak in Las Vegas or whether he stays on in Seattle to become an assistant. Michael Burns spent the 2024 season with Kubiak in New Orleans. I would imagine he might go. The run game coordinator, Rick Dennison, and run game specialist, Justin Otten, they have a history with Kubiak. Look, I don't know exactly how it's going to break down and how it'll work out, but he's going to take a couple of people with him, I'm sure. And there's going to be a little bit of discussions, who stays and who goes. And he's going to have to build a staff, and Seattle's going to have to rebuild its offensive staff.
So for anyone hoping that Giannakko would stay here, I mean, maybe there's still a possibility he does, but keep an eye on him. Bump, I'm also wondering if he takes the offensive line staff.
Yeah, that was the first name that I mentioned when we were talking about who he would take with him, just because he is a quarterback coach and he's young, so he needs probably a season or two more to develop or whatnot, or maybe he's a coordinator himself. Yeah, it's weird conversations are going to be had now because Macdonald knows that Kubiak is going to look within the organization to try to grab some people. So Mike Macdonald, John Schneider, I'm sure they already have a plan set out, or at least an approach that they want to take. It's just going to have to happen fairly quickly. The cost of winning championship is coaches get poached even by your own.
Speaking of the Raiders, is Max Crosby on the trading block?
I know that they would prefer not to trade him, and I know that if they're even going to listen, and I'm sure they probably will wind up listening, I was told it would take a Micah Parsons type package to even consider dealing Max Crosby. Now, is somebody going to give up all that the Cowboys gave up for Micah Parsons? I don't know. We'll see. But I think with these situations, he may want out of there, and they may be open to listening to it, but there's still some steps that have to unfold here before we know exactly how this will play out.
You think Max Crosby shares a team with Fernando Mendoza next year?
Oh, man. I think what's best for the Raiders is that he doesn't, and that you get a couple first-rounders, and you start stacking and planning for the future. Max Crosby alone is not going to make this team better. He makes them better, but not good enough to win a championship now. If you really want to give Clint Kubiak an honest chance, then I say you go out there and see if you can get that type of package, because it's about building. You got to build around your quarterback, and Kubiak has witnessed that. He saw what the Seahawks did here in Seattle and how they built around their quarterback and how they got a good defense. So maybe he takes some of that with him to Las Vegas.
All right, last one here very, very quickly. I thought this was interesting. Adam Schefter says that teams are pushing to increase draft pick trade limits, from 3 years of picks to 5 years. Here.
There are going to be people in the NFL this offseason that push to have that limit grown to 5 years.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to.
Might as well. 20.
Yeah.
The NBA, I think you're allowed to trade 2075 if you want.
Yeah, you know what? Right now, it's 3 years in the NFL, and this has not been out there at all, so you can put it on your bottom line. There's going to be a push by at least one team this offseason to extend the NFL trade limits from 3 years of picks to 5 years of picks.
5 years of picks. Now, I want to know who's the first player, if that's ever approved, the first player, the first quarterback, presumably, to draw 5 years of first-round picks in a trade.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I can only think of 3 or 4 guys right now who'd be worthy of that.
I know.
But you never know. Teams are desperate. And we saw what the Rams did with their approach and how they sold the house and got themselves a Super Bowl. You see where they are now, still a competitive team. But there's not too many guys out there that that I can see doing that.
Coming up in 20 minutes, who's your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your Super Bowl game ball? That number is going to be 866-979-3776, and you will be calling in for that 1 p.m. segment. Before we get to that, Bump's got something to say to NFL fans who think this Super Bowl was boring. That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
Soak it in, Seattle.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Congratulations to your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
We got the best team. 12-1. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
And this is where the champs play. The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Do you need glasses or contacts and you're now at the age where you also need readers? K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to eliminate the need for all those. Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. Andy, for those nearing age 50 or so, refractive lens exchange can be a great alternative to LASIK.
That's right, Joe. K2 Vision RLE is a terrific permanent solution for a lifetime of great vision. The older we get, we experience the dysfunction of our natural lens, which affects both distance vision and requires the use of reading glasses. Plus, after K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
And like LASIK, K2 Vision RLE is quick and painless. The question is, which procedure is right for you?
After replacing more than 100,000 failing lenses, we have the experience to tell you if it's your right time for RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consultation with us about K2 Vision RLE to get your eyes seeing young again, permanently.
Go to K2VisionRLE.com. K2VisionRLE.com.
It's the Super Smart Top Special at Olympic. Save on a new hot top and get a free smart top cover worth $3,700. Super Smart Top special savings will make you feel, well, super. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about the importance of when you hire a lawyer. Some people delay, and that's a mistake. Here's why. When you go before the judge at your first appearance, bail is usually set.
Order in the court.
It may be the only chance you have to address that bail. You're going to want aggressive counsel, arguing for the lowest amount possible, or release with no bail at all. You want someone who knows you, a private lawyer who's going to fight. 1-800-DUI-AWAY. If your bail is set too high, you may be stuck in jail, or you may have to pay an expensive bail bondsman. When you're out, you need a trustworthy lawyer that can help put this whole ordeal behind you. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to schedule your free consultation for any criminal offense. You wouldn't go into surgery without a doctor. Scalpel. So don't go without 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! Unbelievable prices? Incredible performance? Bah! At Pacific Power Batteries, we strive to be believable. In fact, product knowledge and guidance in application gives us credibility. Having an informative website just adds to it. At Pacific Power Batteries, our prices and values are believable. We look for great people to hire and train carefully to be credible. Locally owned, credible company with believable salespeople is the best that we at Pacific Power Batteries can provide.
Mr. K's Construction reminds parents to enroll your kids in a positive youth program. Sports, hobbies, and community activities improve overall health and performance in school. These programs decrease drug use and violence and develop self-discipline and leadership skills. Let's team together this year to help our kids reach their full potential. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Mr. K's Construction, committed to making your home and our community beautiful since 1977.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses, and yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Taking your calls in less than 15 minutes now. Who gets your Super Bowl game ball is going to be your question. 866-979-3776. Well, I would love to spend this entire segment talking about the gossip between Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. Instead, I'll save that for the break. And Bump, I will ask you what you have to say to fans who say, NFL fans that is, I don't think Seahawks fans thought it was boring, to NFL fans who thought, that Super Bowl is kind of boring. It was a dud.
I would say that you should love in many ways. Because to me,
That's deep.
that was a great performance by both defenses to start the game. You made offensive coordinators have to adjust. It was a physical type of game to start. You still saw, 29 points by Seattle and 13 by New England. You saw good quarterback moments by Drake as well, right? That one drive he hits Hollins across the middle, hits Hollins deep. He gives you some hope. He had a couple of good scrambles. Sam Darnold had a couple throws in a scramble. You saw the run game by Kenneth Walker. You saw Myers, big ups to Myers. People have been on my head all show to show Myers some love. If you look at my ex profile, I called him a football player. He is a football player. No, I think that game gave you everything. People just want 45 points by each team.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
They want Chiefs-Rams from 2018 or whatever that was.
Yeah, that's to them, that's a good game. To me, this was a complete, well-rounded, just overall type of game.
Well, and I thought, too, like, it depends on what you think are highlights. Like, I would have thought if I was a Pats fan that Christian Gonzalez batting down that pass deep intended for Shaheed was great football.
That was beautiful.
You know what I mean? Seahawks fans, I don't have to sell them on this, but if I was an NFL fan, I would have thought that like Devin Witherspoon being blitzed along with Imanwari and like actually bringing pressure on Drake and sacking him was cool football. I'd be like, wow, what an aggressive defense. This is so cool to watch these two coordinators, these two play callers really get after each other. And not only that, but a game where both teams are scoring 38 plus has some pretty bad defense in there. And it's fun. I love touchdowns, but this was sound football. And I think a reminder of how Super Bowl teams are often built, Bump.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't see a penalty until like the third quarter. You know what I mean? Like it was clean. And I believe the Pats got the first one. You saw even the kickers came to, Dixon hit a knuckleball to put it inside 10. Myers being perfect. The run game getting going. It was balanced football. That's how I want to win. I want to win like that. I want the defense to be dominant up front. I want them to be sticky in the back. I want every single phase of the game to contribute. And if that's not your style of football, then I understand it. I understand the allure, the appeal of 500 yards being thrown up on the board and 35 to 40 points. But to me, this is beautiful. This is like watching two boxers go into the late rounds. You know, in UFC, you're looking for the knockout, the submission. But when you're boxing, at least growing up, when I was watching boxing, you know, you get to that 11th, 12th round, it's like, whose technique is going to falter first? Like, what adjustments is this fighter make to land these punches? That's what I saw the other day. That's why I love that game.
All right, coming up at 1, who gets your Super Bowl game ball? That number is going to be 866-979-3776. And then I could also use some questions for what I need to know. Anything we haven't gotten to yet today, questions top of your mind, questions for Bump about the Super Bowl, whatever it is, non-Super Bowl questions. So I can't imagine you'll have many. 866-979-3776. That is coming up at 1:45. Bump, what if it just becomes a thing where Super Bowls in which the Seahawks win are just boring for everyone outside of Seattle? Maybe that becomes the thing is Seahawks get to the Super Bowl and people go, oh, man, here we go again. It's just going to be another low-scoring game.
So be it. I'll take it every day of the week. If my defense is getting after the quarterback for 6 sacks, if my kicker, a.k.a. the football player Myers, sets a Super Bowl record, okay. If my punter's pinning them back, if my run game is going, yeah, I'll take it, man. I don't care. I think you find more consistency when you play that type of football. When you depend on the long ball, you depend on the explosive play, the chances of you having success are just low. So this is a grinded out type of team, man. It's efficient football, and it's everyone getting participation points.
Yeah, someone said, what I have to say to people who thought it was boring, same as you, Bump. We did not care.
Exactly.
God, that quote took on a life of its own. It really did. Just immediately went viral. No, look, then I don't know. If you want to get to the Super Bowl and you think you'd put on a better show, I guess get there, right? If you're Puka Nacua and you're tweeting out a laughing, crying emoji and saying Sam Darnold, well, then why don't you play in the Super Bowl? I don't know what you want. I guess if you want to add some spice, you can go in the kitchen and do it yourself. But the Seahawks were the one there. They fought their way through the NFC. They earned that right. and they shut it down, so good for them. Washington's biggest night out for sports is almost here, the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards. The star-studded event brings together athletes and icons behind our favorite teams and unforgettable moments, so be part of history and cast your vote for the men's and women's sports stars of 2025, representing the best of Washington sports. You can also vote for Sports Story of the Year. Voting is open now through Valentine's Day, February 14th. Head to seattlesports.org and make your voice heard. The winners will be announced live at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft on Friday, March 13th. Don't miss out. Vote now and be part of the celebration. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and you are calling now. Who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Who's your MVP? 866-979-3776. That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champions, Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. Come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s.
And the party begins. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
Soak it in.
They lived up to the dark side today. It's going to go down in the history books.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
See your favorite Seattle Mariners up close at the Peoria Sports Complex. Come to sunny and warm Peoria, Arizona to celebrate an AL West championship and the beginning of another great season for your Mariners. Spring training in Peoria has plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, great food, and the best seats in baseball. It's family fun for fans of all ages. Book your trip today. Support your 2026 Seattle Mariners in Arizona for what promises to be another exciting season. Get your tickets at PeoriaBaseball.com.
Michael is in his 70s, and he was dealing with an injury.
I had tears in my rotator cuff. Just the discomfort of going about everyday life. Day-to-day things were not comfortable or almost impossible, but just being inactive was troubling.
He was in a great deal of pain.
I started trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my left hand, and you can't do it. It was ridiculous.
Searching for answers, Michael found Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, where he underwent stem cell therapy.
You know, I play basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I'm getting my shot back. It's not back to where it was, but hey, before I couldn't even do anything. So 100% improvement of what it was.
Wow, that's great to hear. Would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I can share without a doubt that it helped me, and I'm grateful for that.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
And this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Lonnie. Lonnie, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
We've been with the same insurance company for over 32 years. And my husband said, come on, let's at least try it. And that was the smartest thing we ever did because we saved thousands, literally thousands a year on our insurance. They improved it. It cost me less. And it was a higher value. You know, I can't say enough good things about Scott because everything that he said he'd do, he did.
What do you tell your friends they can expect when they make the call to First Mark?
An easy, profitable, and actually pleasant call. They genuinely are trying to help you, and you can't beat that. We were silly to wait so long. A couple other friends that have called, too, they said, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
You see, Lonnie did it. My family did it. You got to do it, and it's totally free. Go take the First Mark Challenge today. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
This is the power of 12 is 1, man.
KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Your Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. The Seahawks defeated the Patriots 29-13 to claim their second title in franchise history. Seattle's defense dominated a Patriots offense that was second in the league in scoring this year. They sacked MVP runner-up Drake May 6 times and intercepted him twice. Get ready to celebrate with your team. The Seahawks Super Bowl parade is Wednesday. That starts with a trophy celebration at 10 a.m. Tickets are going to be required for that event, but then, of course, the parade is public. That starts at 11.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Bump live from Santa Clara, still here to take your calls. So he wants to know, and I do, who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Before I get to callers, Bump, who was your answer for who gets your Super Bowl game ball?
Well, that was different than, what did I say? MVP goes to, I said Spoon all day, man. Being able to put some depth like that and get pressure on the young Drake when he's not expecting it was crucial.
Yeah, leading to that Chenna return touchdown. All right. Let's go to our first caller here. You're calling in, by the way, 866-979-3776. Mike, who gets your Super Bowl game ball?
Myers and Dixon. They did their job, and they always put the offense and the defense in the correct position to just do what they do.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Other Mike, Bump. Special teams came up big in this one.
Who are you talking to?
We did.
Who are you talking to?
Because you're in the other mic. You know, it was a transition. It felt like it was clever to go from like one mic to another mic, even though I don't think I've called you Mike ever in my entire life. It just sounds weird. I know.
It does sound weird.
There are a lot of Michaels working here, but only two that go by Mike.
Yeah.
So.
But no, man, look, I give kickers a hard time, okay? That's actually how we show love in our community, okay? If we're not giving you a hard time, if we're not talking about you to your face, that means that we don't care about you. So essentially, I really care about our kickers because I'm always talking about them.
Okay.
But no, I mean.
The spin.
Hey, you see how I did that?
I sure did.
But no, man, they did their thing. Myers was clutch. The offense was moving the ball, couldn't punch it in. Myers said, I got you. And the wind was a little tricky out there, too. It was windy. Dixon putting that team behind. There was no way that I felt that the Pats consistently can go 70, 75 yards and put points on the board.
Yep.
And the kickers held that part down.
I totally agree with each time it was pinned inside the 5, which twice total, right? You were just like, they're not getting it.
Yeah,
They're not doing
no way.
anything. This isn't going to be a field goal. Like, this is a drive that Seattle got here. Let's go to Dorn and Lacey. Who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Dorn, do we have you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
Hi.
I couldn't. Sorry. I've been listening to you forever. So I tried to figure out one person, and I first went with A.J. Barner, but only because he was scoring in the end zone, and I decided that I couldn't make up my mind and that the whole dang team deserves that game ball. They were awesome. Every single one.
Thanks for the call, Dorn. Bump, I feel like it says something about this team this year that there's so many names you could go over, like Dorn did, to give them the game ball. There's not one obvious.
I'm not mad at Dorn. I said, look, offensively, I can even go Sam Darnold gets a game ball for a few throws. Ken Walker. I like A.J. Barner. Obviously, he scored that touchdown, but his blocking was phenomenal as well. Defensively, I've mentioned you can go Murphy with 2 sacks, D. Hall with 2 sacks, J. Love with an interception, Ernest with 11 tackles. Special teams, Myers perfect from kicking field goals. Many places you can go.
Call now. Who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Who's your MVP? 866-979-3776. Call now. I'm shocked we don't have like some creative answers. Maybe looking at the coaching staff, John Schneider, Jody Allen, whoever it is. We haven't heard Sam Darnold yet. Let's see if more of those are to come. 866-979-3776. Who's your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets the game ball? Let's go to Julio in Spokane. Julio, who's your Super Bowl MVP?
Good afternoon. My Super Bowl MVP, great minds think alike, Bump. I'm going with Devon Witherspoon. I mean, even though he had the pass deflected and a sack, he actually led the total defense in quarterback hits with 3, more than Byron Murphy and Derek Hall, who had 2 respectively. So being able to have great coverage but also apply pressure at that line of scrimmage, I mean, you just can't beat that.
Thanks for the call, Julio. Bump, what'd you make of Witherspoon's day?
I thought it was great. I thought it was efficient. I think that Mike Macdonald dialed up the blitzes at the perfect moment, and he wasn't afraid to do it. They were a bit more aggressive than I thought they were going to be with the Patriots. I'm not sure exactly what their blitz rate was, but they don't blitz at a high clip. I felt like they were more aggressive, and they were able to do it and disguise it because you have guys like Witherspoon who have that twitch, right, who can just put that foot in the ground and just go, and then you match it up with some stunts. I described one during the highlights we're talking about where you got Leo who starts on the left side in the A gap. He crosses the center's face. You send Ernest Jones as well. You get him matched up on a running back, and that frees up Witherspoon. So McDonald having the courage to be a bit more aggressive and then having the proper design just allows Spoon to shine.
The Seahawks just won a Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Maybe we got some folks had a little too much yesterday, taking, a day off from work, trying to relax. But you need to call in. You need to get your phone right now. 866-979-3776. You have some game balls to hand out, so who gets them? Who gets yours? Let's go to Jimmy Z in Lake Stevens. Jimmy, who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Who's your MVP?
I mean, man, you guys have been touching on all the bases here. Witherspoon, coaching staff. John Schneider gets the 16-year MVP at this point. I mean, you guys have been touching on all the bases, but I think Jason Myers has been clutch not only throughout the whole season. He's set a record with 206 total points. I mean, just going into the postseason here, he had 35 points. He's our postseason MVP, let alone the Super Bowl MVP.
Love it, Jimmy. Thank you. 5 field goals for Jason Myers, a Super Bowl record. Jimmy pointing to a couple other stats there. What a football player he was, Bob.
What a heck of a football player.
Most
impressive, though, he went to make a tackle. He did not try to slide kick you or slide tackle you like the 49ers guy. He didn't just try to get in your way and hope that you ran out of bounds. He lowered them shoulder pads and tried to deliver a hit. In that moment, I say, you know what? He's official. He has arrived.
It happened. Seahawks are Super Bowl winners. I need someone to bring some energy here. Let's go to Vernon in Enumclaw. Vernon, who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Who's your MVP?
I got to give it to the 12. So I could hear them on TV before the kickoff even happened. They brought the noise, made it lumen sound for sure.
Love it, Vernon. Thank you, Bump. You were able to see the crowd. Paint a picture for us. How many 12s were there?
I'm telling you, man, when it was all said and done, and they were giving the trophy presentation, I want to say like 60 to 70% of the crowd was still there, and they were cheering on the Seahawks. How many were just there to see it go down? I couldn't tell you, but there was a lot of green, a lot of blue out there, our blue, and it was fun. And you know what I noticed too? Like, oh, man, I forgot where I was. I just got to the stadium, and I'm listening to a Patriots fan talk crap to a Seahawks fan. And it was
Like
such
outside, like live outside, like you said?
Yeah, outside. It was so Boston. It was so Boston. And our guys were so West Coast. He's like, get out of here, talking all that stuff. And our guys are so polite. Like, we have a really good defense. And
You have a nice day. Have a nice day. I hate you. Let's go to Greg in Vashon Island. Greg, who gets your Super Bowl game ball?
Well, my Super Bowl game ball goes to Mike Macdonald, the way he dialed up the defense and changed everything around, and also to the whole defensive team. They were lights out yesterday.
Love it, Greg. Thank you. Bump, I saw some people, Nate Tice was actually retweeting and joking about it, going, people are just going to copy this Macdonald defense, and it's like, oh, good luck. Best of luck. Like, you can know football, Bump. You can watch this game and see what they're doing defensively. It doesn't mean you can replicate it.
You got to get the right group of guys together. You have to teach it a certain way so there's buy-in. You have to be able to call it and execute it, right? Call the certain coverages and blitzes and plays at the right time. There's a lot that goes into it. You can try to copycat it. I mean, I feel like it's easier to copycat an offense than it is a defense, because defense is – personnel is so crucial. On offense, man, I can get 3 or 4 receivers to run the route, and I'll get them open. On defense, you got to get some hogs out there.
Who gets your game ball? 866-979-3776. We are talking about your Super Bowl 60 winning Seattle Seahawks. Chris in Seattle. Chris, who's your Super Bowl MVP?
Yo, let's go. DeMarcus Lawrence. The guy came to Seattle to specifically win a Super Bowl, and that's what he did. Seems like he was the only guy that didn't get a sack yesterday, but I don't care. He helped everyone out on the line, and we got that win. Let's go.
Love it, Chris. Love the energy. D-Law, who predicted, like Chris said, with Brian Nemhauser that, well, I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas, but I'm going to win one here, called his shot months in advance. Good for him, Bob.
Yeah, and he had one quarterback hit, one pass defended. But it's the effort that dude plays with. I mean, everyone on this defense plays with effort. But when you are in your 30s and moving the way that he moves and playing the way that he plays, you get even more respect. And the leadership that he brought to this group. I mean, think about the leaders on defense, for real. D-Law, Ernest Jones, Leo, J-Love. Like, you can't go wrong with leadership in that group.
Let's go to Rico and Enumclaw. Rico, who gets your game ball from the Super Bowl?
Hey, I'm going D-Law and Cooper Kupp. I think the two veterans who weren't afraid to mix it up and get dirty, I think it really, really paid off in the Super Bowl.
Thanks for the call, Rico. Bump, I like that he said weren't afraid to mix it up and get dirty, specifically when it comes to Cooper Kupp. You're no longer this Triple Crown winner. You're coming here, you're blocking, you're a veteran. Like, this is a different kind of football for Cooper Kupp, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. It's different in the sense that he doesn't have the same responsibility offensively that he had with the Rams. Obviously, you're supposed to lead the charge, be the leaders when it comes to targets, but nothing's changed with his effort. He's still one of the best blocking receivers in the game. He might have lost a step, but he's still a great route runner. It's just expectations are different. I don't think his effort or anything like that has changed.
Thanks for the call, Rico. Let's go to Maddie in Des Moines. Maddie, who's your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your game ball?
What's up, Seahawks? So let's just say this. I think Mike Macdonald, as far as being as adaptable as he is, and to have the foresight looking into this matchup with the Patriots, to go up against McDaniel the way that he did in that game, and just, I mean, it looked like they were playing checkers and he was playing chess the entire time. And then the other one I just want to touch on really quick. Big shout out to those ghosts that Drake May was seeing last night. Pretty great in that regard. So, big up to the Hawks, big up to McDonald, big up to the dark side. Let's go.
Thanks for the call, Maddie. Thanks for the energy. Bump, what'd you make of that matchup between McDonald and McDaniels?
I loved it. I think that the way that Mike Macdonald called that game was patient and aggressive at the same time. And the reason why he's able to be patient is because of the front four. And then you slip in an Imanari blitz. You slip in a Witherspoon blitz. You rotate your safety. You confuse that quarterback. It just keeps everybody on edge. That left side of that offensive line had a long, long day. It's because they were kept guessing almost every single down.
Let's go to Matt in Silverdale. Matt, who is your Super Bowl MVP?
Hey, guys, it's got to be Sam Darnold. There was nobody on this team that had more at stake than that dude. And he came out, he didn't play his best game, but he played well enough to get them the dub.
Thanks for the call, Matt. Bump, what did you see from Darnold's day? It wasn't brilliant when it came to the box score. What was working?
His ability to avoid the sack. I loved it. Dave Wyman said it during the broadcast, is that his feet were just on point. You know, there was a play where he was rolling out, and it's a naked boot, so you're blind. Naked means like you're not blocking that end that you're play faking away from. You're anticipating he's going to crash down, and you come out and you have no pressure. There's times when the play action didn't work. The end was disciplined because this is the best team in the league when it comes to defensively against the play action, and he had to flip those hips so quick and just get rid of the football. And sometimes the best play was just throwing it away. Like, it was just decision making and footwork was on point, because there are times where he should have been sacked. He should have been sacked at least 5 more times.
Let's go to Jeff in Shoreline. And Jeff, who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Who's your MVP?
Definitely more than one person. I would say the crew that made this whole thing happen, the Denver Broncos. Because without that ridiculous trade, none of this would have happened.
I was wondering where we were going with the Broncos. I thought you were going to say for letting the Patriots advance past them to the Super Bowl, but no, you're saying for taking Russell Wilson.
Yeah, just, I don't know about the actual ball, maybe a picture of it as a consolation prize and a big thank you note signed by everybody on the team.
A fruit basket, maybe. Thanks so much, Jeff. You know what? I actually like that Jeff said that. I think with the day that you saw from Witherspoon, it probably drives that home. And shoot, Derek Hall was one of those picks that you also got as part of that trade bump.
Yeah, it's a domino effect, right? Mm-hmm. It's every decision you make affects the next one, and you see the results of this decision making, and that's part of leadership. You make the decisions. John Schneider's going to have assistance from Mike Macdonald for sure, but at the end of the day, John Schneider has to sign and say, look, this is what we're doing. So, yeah, it's just it's nice to see decisions made in the past are resulting in a Super Bowl championship.
Who is your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your game ball? Let's go to David in Auburn. David, who gets your game ball?
I think from all the calls that we've been getting, I mean, you could pick pretty much anybody on that team, but I got to go with the owner, Jody Allen, because she was pretty much a non-factor as far as the rest of the league was concerned. You never heard her name, but she put together a great organization. She allowed people to be drafted and put together this team. And one other thing, on an individual basis, as far as the Perseverance Award goes to, got to give it to Riley Mills. And that guy had a hell of a year, and then he gets a sack on a bull rush. I was like, oh, my God, this is crazy.
Thanks for the call, David. Bump, what do you make of those two answers? Two we haven't heard yet today.
I like it. I think when you win championships, it's not just the players and the coaches. It should be mostly about them, right? They're the guys at VMAC putting in the work, watching the film, preparing their bodies, staying healthy and all that good stuff. But it's an organizational thing. So it's Jody. It's the equipment guys. I took the bus to and from the stadium with the equipment guys, and they're super excited. They're responsible to making sure the guys have all they need and they're ready to go. It's the janitor. It's the cook. It's an organizational win. Most of the praise should and will go to the players and the coaches, but you can't ignore like the other 200 employees that are over there in VMAC.
And what's this? An owner who's not butting her way in, trying to tell you who to draft and when and where and what to do with her team, playing a little bit of fantasy football GM here. Appreciate it. Let's go to Nick in Tri-Cities. Nick, who gets your Super Bowl game ball?
Yeah, I got to show some love to the Aussie, Michael Dixon, multiple times pinning them within the 5, making them start deep in their own territory. That's just, more plays they've got to convert successfully, and it's more opportunities for guys like, Derek Hall, more guys like Spoon getting in there and wreaking some havoc. So got to give it to Dixon. He pinned him back a lot of times.
Like it, Nick. Bump, when your punter has a full sleeve, I fear the other team may be in danger. You may be in danger here.
Hey, I want to say that Michael Dixon has invite to the cookout.
He does.
Isn't he dating a sister?
Yes, he is.
He's got it. Hey,
they're married, I think.
He's sleeved up with a sister. Let's go.
He
Cookout
leapfrogged me in
status.
line. He went straight to the front of the line. I'm still back here with my Caesar salad. Like, just whenever you're ready to invite me in, Bump, I'm ready to go. Let's go to Tyler in Seattle. Tyler, who gets your Super Bowl game ball?
Has anybody called in? Because Byron Murphy should get the game ball. I mean, he was slapping Nate's cheeks all game.
Oh, my God, Tyler.
Oh, gosh.
Tyler said, I'm out of here. Tell me about Byron Murphy's day bump.
Man.
You saw him before the game.
Yeah.
Did you give him that message from Tyler?
No, but when I see him next time, I will give him that message. Clapping. No, Byron Murphy, he's you know what's crazy about this defensive line group too? They always point the finger to someone else, right? Leo talks about Murph. Murph talks about Jay Reed. Jay Reed talks about the group. No one wants to own that, all right, I might be the most violent one on this defensive line, because I think they all realize that we need all of us to work, all right? We all feed off each other. You want to double team Leo, okay? Murph is singled up. You want to double team Murph, someone else is freed up. But, yeah, Murph had himself a heck of a game. 2 sacks and a fumble recovery, man,
Crazy.
Great showing.
I got a couple open lines, 866-979-3776. Who is your Super Bowl MVP? Let's go to Dave. Dave, who gets your Super Bowl game ball? Who's your MVP?
Yeah, Hall for setting the tone. And then I have a reserve game ball. I'm telling you guys, Mills, 98, if he stays healthy, he's going to be the next coming of a healthy Steve Ventman. Everybody in the room was like, who's that? Who's that? I said, that's the next Steve Ventman. Thanks.
Thanks for the call, Dave. I loved Riley Mills' play. That was grown man football. He was bulldozing through that guard right into May.
Yeah, and that, again, it shows how deep that group is, too. You got Mills, and don't forget, we've seen Peely make some plays out there at some point. We've seen Mike Morris as well. I mean, if they could stay healthy and keep that band together, they can put together a couple more years.
Shout out Mike Morris. Great interview ahead of Super Bowl week for Radio Row.
Sure.
That was fun for us.
I saw him after that.
Did you?
I saw him outside the hotel.
Did you ask him what he listened to?
I was like, damn, dog, you want to fight? He goes, no, man, I was just playing, man. I was just playing.
I need to find that audio, though. Like, mental note, I need to go back and find him saying, like, Bump, are you trying to fight right now? Are you trying to fight?
Hey,
Is that what we're doing?
if Mike Morris ran up on me, I'm picking something up. Just know that, all right?
Diving behind me. Whoa. Let's go to Randy. Randy, who gets your game ball?
You know something, I could say that it was the defense got the game ball, or Kenneth Walker got the game ball, or Sam Darnold got the game ball, or the field goal kicker or the punter got the game ball. They all showed up for that game this weekend, and I say the team gets the game ball because it was a team effort that won that game yesterday.
Thanks for the call, Randy. Bump, I think Seattle was the most complete team in the NFL this year.
Yeah, I agree 100%. There's no team who was firing the way that this team was firing. I think I can't even imagine who the closest is. I was going to say the Rams, but they had issues with blocked field goals and all that stuff, even though they did find the thicker kicker who kind of set things straight a little bit at the end of the year. But, yeah, they are the most complete team. And go ahead.
Oh, no. We still have a couple minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. They were the most complete team. And that game last night just showed it. Every phase did something to secure that win.
We'll go through two more here. Lena and Bonnie Lake. Lena, who's your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your game ball?
Good morning. Super Bowl MVP goes to Sam Darnold because he proved everybody wrong from the very first playoff game to the Super Bowl. He wrote him off, but they wrote him off, but he ain't right back.
Right, Lena. Thank you for calling in.
That laugh
got me. That took me out. Lena's right. Now, I don't want to spoil my next segment, okay? Because my next segment, I do want us to talk about Sam Darnold, so Bump, I will ask you about him. But I think it's very impressive that Sam Darnold did not throw a single interception. Not in this game, not in the playoffs. And everyone was thinking that would be what would sink this team. Every single person. Well, if Sam Darnold gets out of his own way, didn't have to.
Yeah. No, I did a initial thought before the game. Trevor came into the booth and said, all right, what do you think about this game? In like 30 seconds. And that's where I went. I said, can Sam Darnold take care of the football? If they do that, they're going to win this ball game.
All right, John in Normandy Park, you get the last word. Who is your Super Bowl MVP? Who gets your game ball?
The game ball is Anthony Bradford because his name was not called one damn time. So that's it. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks for the call, John. Shout out to Anthony Bradford. All right, now I do want to get to Darnold. What are we saying about Sam Darnold today? What's the NFL world saying about Sam? What did Sam prove? What's the conversation about Sam going to be moving forward? That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN!
Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
He ain't jig, but, he's sicker than most when he run the post.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year. Rewriting the Seahawks record books with his electrifying season.
JSN has it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
And this is where you hear every second.
A 61-yard rocket to number 11.
Seattle Sports.
Bull riding is not just a sport. It's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. It's Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Want your gear in time for the parade? Shop in person at Simply Seattle on First Ave. And get ready for spring training with Mariners gear and Simply Originals like the Kid Logo hoodie. Code ESPN15 at simplyseattle.com.
The celebration continues.
We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
You have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last dent. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last dent. Accurate Auto Body.
Dave Wyman here with Dr. Landis to talk about Swedish Cyberknife.
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. If diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. As we turn the corner on a new year and start planning for home projects and better weather, now is the time to come in and see all we have to offer. Our bargain barn is loaded with great deals with many exterior and interior options. And if you need your order quicker, now is the time of year to take advantage of our pre-hung and popular matchup service. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
You know, Bump, it may not have been the best game on the planet for Sam Darnold. In fact, I think that his last game, that being the championship game against the Rams to send Seattle here, was probably his best performance, certainly one of the best of his career and his best this year. But I wanted to talk about what this meant for Sam Darnold and what it means about conversations we have about Darnold, ways that the Seahawks, in bringing Sam Darnold here and winning a Super Bowl, might challenge conceptions about how to build Super Bowl teams. There is no shortage of sound that you can find. I'm sure you can probably find me talking about it, about how, the Seahawks, well, I didn't say it definitively, but you can find much sound of people saying the Seahawks will not win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold. He is not good enough. He will stop them from getting there. It's just not going to happen. What are we saying about Sam now?
I think we're saying that he has all the tools you need to win a Super Bowl. I don't think you're saying that he's the greatest at this or he's the greatest at that. He's the best at this. No, he is a talented quarterback that can make any throw, that if supported, if asked to just have a few clutch moments, surrounded by a team, you can win a Super Bowl. And I love this for Sam because it redefines exactly how most people think a football team should be created or built. It just shows a different way to do this. And this way is more attainable for teams. This way is more sustainable as well. There's only one team that got a Pat Mahomes, one with a Josh, one with a Lamar. So the Hawks and Philly, 2 years in a row now, you've seen teams win with quarterbacks that are not seen as the best in the game. Why? Because they have a run game, they can throw the football, and you have a defense. So I think when you talk about Sam, you know what you need to say? Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold. That's what you need to say. He can win you the big game.
He's been to 5 teams, and along the way, when you go to that many teams and you're under 30, you have a lot of people and a lot of teams and fans that give up on you. Sam talked about being here because his family and his fiance didn't give up on him.
It's special. I mean, I shared a great moment with my parents and my fiance, Katie, after the game, and I think that's what kind of got me a little bit. I told me and my dad don't really cry very often. And, I told my dad I was, and my mom, but, I'm here because of their belief in me. And they believed in me throughout my entire career, and I think that's why I was able to believe in myself almost ad nauseum. Like some people called me crazy throughout my career for believing in myself so much and having so much confidence, but it was because of my parents, because of the way that they believed in me throughout my entire career. And it allowed me to go out there and play free and have a ton of confidence.
I mean, think about it, Bump. This guy was mocked. Like, it wasn't in bad faith or so. Like, it's not like people personally didn't like Sam Darnold. But people for years would joke about the seeing ghosts comment, the mono, missing time with mono, the graphic that went viral.
Yeah.
Like, Sam kind of became the butt of a joke for a lot of people, which unfortunately is the story of so many Jets quarterbacks' careers. But this guy, it was not like, oh, let's give him another shot. He was given up on. That year he signed, that contract he signed with the Vikings was for 1 year as a backup.
Yeah, listen, he was a highly recruited high school football player, a high draft pick coming out of USC. He has more years of playing good football, even though it's not at the high school level, but he has more years of playing good football than not playing good football. He has more great throws than horrible throws. And when you are an athlete in today's society, especially with, social media and all that stuff, you got to lean on that stuff, right? You got to lean on your preparation and who you think you are and the influences that you have. So big ups to his parents. Now, they believed in him because he got a dang rocket attached to him, too. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell my kid, man, you're going to be a great baseball player. He ain't. He don't play baseball. He can't hit a curveball like his dad. So, it starts with the foundation, right? He has a great home, great parents, but he's got the talent to match that belief.
Do you think him winning will change the conversations we have about other quarterbacks? Will it give people pause in writing off quarterbacks early in their careers?
I think it can. It's weird because we've had two quarterbacks that, like, Geno was the appetizer for the redemption. Listen, he can win some ball games. Remember what you thought about him with the Jets. Remember what you thought about him as a backup. Respect his game. He's one of the league leaders in passing. To transition to a guy who has the talent that Geno has, but more, like, is a little more put together all around than Geno. We've had the privilege of watching that transformation happen within like 3 or 4 years here in Seattle, from going to Geno and to Sam Darnold.
I think that people might find themselves getting into debates this offseason because, Bump, that's just how sports and bar top conversations work now, about whether or not Sam's a top 5 quarterback in the NFC. And those ones are fine. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up talking about it. But I want to go back to the first thing you said as part of this segment, which is the Seahawks challenging the ways that you can find and build your team around your quarterback. That it's not just about, oh, we tanked, we sucked, we had the number 1 pick. You signed him in free agency. Yeah.
It's not ironic. You got 2 GMs in the last 2 years that put together put together 2 really good rosters. The Philly was a bit more flashy, right? Because you got AJ, you got Devontae, DeJean over there as well. Is it DeJean or DeJean? You know what I'm talking about. Coop over there. Depends on who you're talking to. They just showed that it takes a complete system to get this thing done. And you don't necessarily have to be a bad team to rise from the ashes with a 22-year-old savior and get this thing done. You could do it, being a mediocre team and taking the necessary steps. Mm-hmm. You can also look at the Pats and say they did it differently too. They were that bad team. They did have a high draft pick, but they also brought in a new coach. That's what I love about the NFL. There are different ways to do it, and this Super Bowl, we saw that. We saw the mediocre team to get over the hump, make some veteran acquisitions, move some pieces around, and then you saw the bad team who did get their quarterback and brought in a coach. It's just good for football all the way around.
You know what I think is interesting in hindsight is ignoring a lot of the critiques that Seattle got along the way. Like, I think what some people might be saying about Sam Darnold is, getting, a dude at quarterback instead of a number 1 pick or, your clear franchise guy, Mahomes and Allen, obviously not number 1 picks, nor Lamar, clearly. It only works if you have a perfect team around them. And it's like, Seattle is the most complete team in football and was this year. We already said that. We said Seattle was the most complete team in football. But let's not forget that people were questioning their run game this year. Mm-hmm. They were questioning wide receiver depth beyond JSN this year. They, up until that championship game, a lot of people still pit the Rams over them this year. Some people also pit the 49ers over them. Like, they were not like the Eagles last year where people were like, this team's loaded.
Right.
Like, this is crazy. Jalen Hurts could do anything. This was a team that I think a lot of people, a healthy group of people, thought that Sam Darnold would stop this team because it wasn't perfect enough.
Yeah, and they had reasons to doubt. It's just once he starts proving, just that belief meter just a little bit. Take a little clicks to the right, or whichever way is the belief side. Just be willing to accept what you're seeing and apply it to your thought process.
Washington's biggest night out for sports is almost here. The 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards. The star-studded event brings together athletes and icons behind our favorite teams in unforgettable moments. So be part of history and cast your vote for the men's and women's sports stars of 2025, representing the best of Washington sports. You can also vote for Sports Story of the Year. Voting is open now through February 14th. Head to seattlesports.org and make your voice heard. The winners will be announced live at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards presented by Microsoft on Friday, March 13th. Don't miss out. Vote now and be part of the celebration. All right, still to come to wrap up the show. Get your questions in for what I need to know. Did you just hear that? Bump, did you hear that? Did everyone hear the bar that did everyone hear that rhymed? Everyone heard. Someone had to hear it.
I heard it.
Thank you,
Say it again. Say it again.
Well, now I can't remember what it was.
Oh,
Mac,
man.
we find it? We have. You guys swear to God
So,
it
like,
rhymed.
before
I
we
swear
go,
it rhymed.
we got what I need
It
to know,
rhymed.
something like that.
Get your questions in. Questions, comments, anything. Send them in now. Text them 866-979-3776. That's next on your home for the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. Come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s.
And the party begins. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
Soak it in.
They lived up to the dark side today. It's going to go down in the history books.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Season 2 of Unrivaled Basketball is here, and the energy is unreal. Stacy Rost here telling you to get ready because the best women's players on the planet are running it back with even bigger moments and bigger stakes. Built for the players, created by women's basketball stars, Unrivaled gives athletes a high-quality U.S.-based off-season league with better visibility and support. So don't miss as Paige Beckers, Nafisa Collier, Kelsey Plum, Breanna Stewart, and more take to the court and redefine the game. If you love high-intensity hoops, this is the league you've been waiting for. More action, more highlights, more star power. Every matchup, every highlight, every moment that makes you jump out of your seat, well, it's all back and bigger than ever. This isn't your regular season. This is Unrivaled. Games air on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max, so it's super easy to watch no matter where you are. Unrivaled Basketball, where the pace is faster, the energy higher, and every athlete shines.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there. It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here, and people all over the Northwest are going to be dropping 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds by opening day. They'll do it by starting Eastside Weight Loss Clinic as their big resolution, and you can too. A 15-minute phone call is all it takes to get started. 15 minutes. You're probably going to sit that long in traffic today, so take that time and instead do something for yourself. I did this program. I immediately lost 10 pounds in the first week, about 35 pounds after just 8 weeks. And here's what I didn't have to do. Fight for space in the crowded gym with all the other New Year's resolutioners. No pills, no injections, no fake bland box meals. No, just real food that you buy at the grocery store, delicious recipes, and a group to offer support, coaching, and accountability. An easy plan to follow that really does work. So why not do it for yourself this year? Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic at 425-588-0080 or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
The Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions. And now Wilson, the official football of the NFL, has released the limited edition Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball, exclusively available at BigTimeBats.com. This authentic 4-panel leather football features the Seahawks logo, bold Super Bowl champions lettering, the final score and date of the game, and the official Super Bowl 60 logo. Officially licensed, limited edition. Visit BigTimeBats.com and get the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions Duke Game Ball before they sell out.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. I had a great bar in the last segment teasing.
Did we find
it? We found it, but Matt's going to play it at the end. Someone said, I heard the bar that Stacy dropped. I need to know, can we be stopped? We got the coach, the dark side quarterback, but who's going to be our next year OC?
Oh, my gosh.
You know, a little bit of a rhyming. Matt, why are you covering your mouth like that?
It sounds like middle school.
You're not that interesting.
I think that I didn't write that.
No, I know. I was talking to the texter.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We will spend a lot of time talking about the potential for the next OC.
Hey, you know what?
We need to talk about it in rap.
In I like poetry form.
I was gonna say, Curtis has been quiet this show. It was almost like he was out partying until 3:30, man.
No,
Where you been,
I had
Curtis?
to have the girls in bed by like 8:30.
Curtis been kind of quiet this show.
I think so too.
If you mean partying, it means making Nesquik for my girls and
crazy
cutting up
night.
Papa Murphy's pizzas. And sure, yeah.
Wild. You're a wild man.
What I need to know. If the Seahawks lose Ken Walker to free agency, are you comfortable with Charbonnet as your new alpha back?
I'm okay with Zach Charbonnet in the role that he's in right now. Get somebody else too.
Yeah, I definitely got to get someone else. He tore his ACL so late into the season, just for depth purposes.
He's not going to be available for a while.
Yeah. What I need to know, if you could ask Coach Mike Macdonald any question in regards to this past season, and he would tell you the complete truth, what would you ask him?
That is a great flipping question.
It was like truth serum, Macdonald. He had to tell you.
I would ask him. I can ask him anything, or it just has
Any
to be
question.
about this season.
Any question.
Why?
They said about the season, but
about this season, I'm going. Forget this season. I'm asking him. When was the moment you realized Grub wasn't the guy?
ooh, that's so much better than my question. I was going to say, like, hey, what was really going on with moving on from either linebacker? Like, why didn't they work? I thought it would be like this little X's in it. He'd be like, well, here's the deal with my defense. No, that's so much better. Like, when did it occur to you? You know when I wonder if he'd say it? That Jets game.
I think
Maybe
someone
before.
told me they felt it was the Chicago game. Did they play Chicago?
Ooh. Yeah, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's so much better than mine. Should I call out of work on Wednesday for the parade?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everyone is calling out of work on Wednesday, except for us. We've got a host, but
I'll say this. For the last parade that was here, I was like relatively new out of college, like a couple years, but like it was a job where I was like, oh, I need to be, I can't skip it. And everyone in the office, it was like me and one other girl, like the two young people were there, and like our actual bosses were like, no, we're going to the parade. And we were like, why didn't we just take it off? Why didn't we just go? We thought we had to be like perfect employees because we were so young.
You were scared.
Yeah. Now, you just leave. Leave a note. Your boss is going too. That's the thing. Your boss is going to the parade. There will be no work on that Wednesday.
there should be like 1 million people there.
It's going to be crazy. What I need to know.
How are we going to get out?
I don't know, Bump.
We're going to have to spend the night at Lumen Field.
Yeah, I think we might live there now. What I need to know, should the Seahawks promote Jay Harbaugh to OC?
I don't know
From
his
special
offensive game.
teams?
He's a special teams guy.
Yeah, I don't know. What I need to know, shout out to Bump for finally saying kickers are football players. # special teams wins championship.
No, I said Myers is a football player. Because he made a tackle.
Okay.
The other kicker's got some work to do. The
Very
kicker from the
important to
49ers, I tried to slide tackle Rashid. Come on now.
Okay. What I need to know. Why does K9's voice not match the way he looks?
Because it's very high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
he's
soft-spoken.
Yeah, he's just soft-spoken.
Mina Kimes tweeted out a picture of Kenneth Walker at Disneyland today, because that's where he and Sam Darnold are right now. Kenneth Walker's wearing Crocs, but instead of like the regular holes on top of them, they're Mickey Mouse heads. It's very adorable.
God, I hope he bought him that morning. He's like, gotta wear these. I hope he and Sam take all the rides together. Go in the teacups.
There was video of them in the teacups.
The little
already.
elephant swing. I've never actually been to Disneyland, but I know
Dumbo?
that there's a Dumbo thing.
Yeah.
What I need to know. Does this Super Bowl win make you more excited for the Mariners this season due to their potential of also winning a championship, hopefully soon?
No. Has nothing to do with the way I feel about the Mariners.
I mean, I was already excited for Mariners season.
Yeah.
Sure.
Same. Did you enjoy this Super Bowl win as much as 2013, more or less?
More. I was there.
Yeah, that'd be I would say I enjoyed 2013 more just because it was the first Super Bowl the city's ever seen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this was way more unexpected than that one was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, it was like, oh, they're going to demolish everyone until they meet the Broncos, and then we'll see what happens. That one, I also experienced them very differently. Like, in 2013, I was with friends. We were all watching it, and I don't know about you guys. Never again, starting that year, was I like, I will never watch a team that I'm a fan of or covering out at a bar, in public. I know it's great. Everyone has a great time. But if you're someone that's like, no, I need to sit and watch every play. I might need to rewind it. I need to have the volume on. I hated not having control over it. So I liked the game viewing experience this
What
time.
did you just watch it at the house? What'd
Yes.
you do?
I didn't want to be anywhere. I didn't want to be
You're
anywhere.
by yourself?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I was working. Like, we have to send Brent stuff afterwards, but, like, we have to prep for the show. But I did not want to go watch it at a bar with friends. I was not going to be able to pay attention and hear things the way that I wanted to. People talk to you. Don't talk to me. I
feel like you prefer that anyway, though.
Yeah, I do.
You're making it sound like this is revolutionary. You know what I did? I was by myself at the house. I never do that.
I have friends. I hung out with a friend the other day. Me and Katie went and got a happy hour. And I have lots more where that came from. Curtis is my friend. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Matt and Bump, you guys are my friends. We're all friends. I have friends. I have friends and I hang out with my friends.
Don't make me lie on air. That's not a fair position to put.
I have friends. What I need to know, 866-979-3776, I think is the number. Let's see. What I need to know. Oh, God, I got too many coming in here. Your thoughts on the halftime show. They said on the WAC halftime show, I thought it was good.
Like we said, every halftime show ain't for you. All right?
Just
it's okay. Maybe next year.
What I need to know, what's going through Vrabel's mind last night? He seemed defeated every time they showed him.
I don't know what's going through his mind. He's probably working on the next play, working on the next move.
Yeah.
It's probably just like, everything I'm trying is not working. Like, what do I do?
Someone said they don't have a what I need to know. They just said, I never want to hear Collinsworth voice again.
Was he bad?
Just Collinsworthy.
I thought he was fine.
I thought it was fine.
He was very complimentary of both teams at the start of the game with how they were playing on defense, which I thought, both defenses really did come out to play well.
My favorite part was Drake May's interception to Julian Love, where it was just quiet for a minute.
He goes, I got nothing.
I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing for this. All right, Bump. We're going to let you go. You are running on.
Oh, thanks.
You are
Appreciate
running on
that.
like an hour of sleep, and we provided great coverage for the preview
Hey, let me
show.
say one more thing.
Yes.
T-Pain. If you can see T-Pain in person
You got to go.
and you are a millennial, please go watch him.
Okay, Bump, go get on a plane. We'll see you
I'm
tomorrow.
All right.
Wyman and Bob coming up next. Still to come to wrap up the show. Get your questions in for what I need to know.
That's a butt whooping, Brock.
Brock and Salk.
That's a blowout win.
Morning 6 to 10.
Belt to booty.
We're going booty now? Belt to something, man. That's for sure.
They did it, dude. You said it. You said it as loud. I was a little nervous.
Blowout.
This team can't play with the Seahawks.
No.
Honestly, just physically. It was just an absolute mismatch.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Seattle Sports. The app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
At Chain Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Want your gear in time for the parade? Shop in person at Simply Seattle on First Ave. And get ready for spring training with Mariners gear and Simply Originals